out across the 25 and zoomed out of bounds down around the 26, 27-yard line. We'll see them right in front of the Dickinson State bench, so they'll untangle down there, and let's see what we've got going as the Blue Hawks will go to work first of all offensively. Where did they put it down? Now about the 27-yard line, so about a 24-yard return. And Dickinson State goes to work at their own 24. Get to look at the new quarterback for Dickinson State. Will Madler graduated, 2-year starter. Marcus Sanders, the junior, 6'5", 220, steps in at the quarterback position for Dickinson State. They go twin receivers right. Again in the backfield, they'll put Gilbert back there. Stay in the block. There's a handoff up the middle out to about the 30-yard line. A short pickup of about 3. And let's see if that's Simonson on the carry as they untangle down there. It looks like it was Simonson. And again, Jackson picks up 3 on the play, and that'll be a 2nd and 7 situation.
A lot of new faces and new names for Dickinson State offensively. A new quarterback, new running back. A lot of new guys up front as well, but a veteran spot is that wide receiver and tight end position. We'll see how the Blue Hawks take advantage of that veteran catching group of wide receivers and tight ends.
Put the man in motion. That's the tight end, Gilbert. He comes left to right. There's that little slide play. They go inside, outside on the carry. Simonson will dive out across the 30, and he gets out to about the 33. So a couple of carries by Simonson. Both go for 3 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down, and let's call it 3rd and 4 for Dickinson State at their own 33-yard line.
Well, good to see Dickinson State get positive yardage on their first 2 carries and make this a 3rd down and manageable for the Blue Hawks on their initial possession.
Double tight end again. Gilbert will go in the slot. Hool will be in tight on the line of scrimmage. Again, Simonson stays in the backfield. Hool and Gilbert will switch from left to right. Gilbert stays in that slot. He's a very talented young man. They can use him a lot of things. Back to pass out in the flat. He's got a receiver wide open at the 45, at the 50, and inside Valley City territory, Adrian Calderon. He'll take it from the 33 to the Valley City 45-yard line, and that'll be a pickup on the play of 22 yards. So the first pass thrown by the new quarterback, Max Sanders, goes for 22 yards.
And a good job that time by the wide receiver, Calderon that time. Just found a little bit of a seam out around midfield, able to make the catch, get upfield, get a nice gain, and get into Valley City territory.
Again, twins receivers wide this time. Calderon and Clark out there. That's the way Sanders rolls. He'll fire it out. He's got some eyes. Clock out the 40. Cuts inside at the 40-yard line down near the 36, and that'll be a pickup of 9. Nice throw that time again by Marcus Sanders to Clark. His first reception. He's the leading receiver back last year for Dickinson State.
Good timing on that one as Sanders threw the football even before Clark made the cut out and able to make a nice catch, get a good gain on first down, bring up a 2nd down and about a yard for the Hawks.
Simonson remains the lone running back, and now they're going to put Gilbert back in that slot position. Actually, Pete said it's a fullback position. He'll line up as the fullback. There's a handoff. Simonson's got first down yardage and more. Slides down to the 30-yard line. And that'll be a pickup of 6 for Simonson on the play. His 3rd carry, and he's carried 3 times for a total now of 12 yards on his first offensive series of the year.
Simonson lost his shoe that time, so he'll check out. And Ty Dossinger, the Dickinson Trinity redshirt freshman, will check in. But Dickinson State that time ran behind the veteran side of the offensive line, the right side behind the guard Justin Wheeler and Trey Swanson, a couple of guys that saw a lot of playing time last year on that O-line for Dickinson State.
First down and 10 at the 30 of Valley City State. The Blue Hawks have Sanders out of the shotgun formation, and there's that snap. He drops back. He looks deep. He fires across the middle, and a crowd up in the air goes incomplete. Trying to get it in the middle that time to Gage Gilbert, and he had about 3 white jerseys and 1 blue jersey, and it popped high in the air, but it goes incomplete. First incompletion of the ball game for Marcus Sanders.
Good coverage underneath that time. Caleb Torkey, the safety, was back there and had help from another defensive back, but they had that well covered. Sanders just kind of threw it up and was hoping Gilbert could make a play, but Valley City State defended it well.
Trips near side, right on the Dickinson State side. That's the way they roll. They'll swing it out in the backfield. They've got it set up a screen. There's Gilbert, 30, 25. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. He's all the way down to the 13. They set that play up. Everybody to the right came back to the left, and that will go as a pickup on the play from the 30 to the 15, a 15-yard pickup to Gilbert.
That time just basically a tight end screen as Sanders rolled out to the right, And the offensive line set up to the left, got in front of the tight end Gilbert, able to make the catch, got a nice gain, about a 15-yard gain, and a first down in the red zone for Dickinson State.
And they'll go shotgun with Simonson to the right, and he's going to get the call straight ahead. He's got a little breathing room. He'll get down to about the 12, and that'll be a pickup of 3 more for Simonson, his 4th carry of the ball game, and he's gone for 15 yards on those 4 carries, and he'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Hawks at the 12 of Valley City. Dickinson State nothing, Valley City State nothing. We're 4 minutes into the first quarter. Hawks begin this drive at their own 24-yard line. This is play number 9 of the drive for Dickinson State. Gilbert again will go to the slot this time. Poole will be in front of him at the line of scrimmage tight end. They love this double tight end formation, does Dickinson State. They're very talented. They got another kid out of Glendive that's also very good. Simonson gets that little slide handoff. He breaks the tackle. Whoops, what do we got? Flags down. Timeout, Dickinson State. So the Blue Hawks wanted a timeout before the play. At the 10.5-minute mark remaining to play in the first quarter. The Hawks on a drive. It'll be 2nd and 7 at the Valley City 13. We'll come back to the back on Consolidated, and KDX will do it in 30 seconds.
Rooted in the heart of our vibrant communities stands Bravera Bank, offering complete financial services for banking, wealth management, and insurance. From home loans and checking accounts,
let me tell you about the cashback rewards with this account,
to wealth management, we'll help you forge your path ahead.
Let's create a plan to reach your financial goals.
Sounds great.
With specialty insurance coverage, our advisors ensure your operation can carry on.
Looks like it's going to be a great harvest.
At the back after the quick timeout. Dickinson State's first. Apparently something not kosher with Pete Stanton because he got the timeout in a hurry. So he got it back out and ready to go, and now we're getting some shoelaces tied up on the playing field.
I think what they were trying to do was get the timeout because they didn't have the right side of the offensive line covered, as they had the twin wide receivers to the left, and then both tight ends went to the left, and they didn't have the right tackle covered up.
That could have been a problem, so Pete Stanton alertly called the timeout. They're going to go to Simonson again, breaks a tackle. He's inside the 10, down to about the 7, close to first down yardage. He needed about 7, and he got about 6, so we'll call that a pickup of 6 for Simonson on the play. And it'll bring up a 3rd and short, 3rd and about 1 for Dickinson State at the Valley City State 7-yard line. Nice little effort by Simonson again. 5 carries now for 21 yards for the young man who, remember, broke his leg last year and missed the end of the season, but has come back with vengeance. He had just a tremendous second half of the year last year, filling in for Braden Zurich when Braden was injured. There's the snap. There's the give. Simonson straight ahead, and I think he got enough for first down yardage. He gets to the 5. He needed 1, and he got 2 on the play, so we'll give Simonson that pickup of about 2. Jackson picks up 2, another first down. 6 carries now, 23 yards. That's the 4th first down of this drive for Dickinson State. It'll be 1st and goal for the Hawks at the 5-yard line of Valley City State.
Well, Dickinson State had all 3 tight ends in that time as Chase Crockett was in, and then they had Gilbert lined up in the backfield and able to get the 2-yard gain just inside the 5. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Hawks.
Kyle Meineke will go out wide along with Clark to the left side, the Valley City State side of the formation. The tight ends again will shift line of scrimmage tight end, and Gilbert in the slot. There's Simonson again on the carry. Powers inside the 5 down to near the goal line. We'll call that a pickup of 4, just shy of the touchdown line. That'll be a 4-yard pickup for Gilbert, and it'll bring up a 2nd and goal for Dickinson State. We'll call it at the 1-yard line.
Now Meineke will check out, and they'll bring Crockett back in and go into that 3 tight end set.
12th play of this drive. Impressive first drive for Dickinson State, trying to put points on the board. 8.5 remaining to play. Quarterback seek. I think Sanders got into the end zone. Let's wait and see where he's at. He's awful close. Officials are coming in. They're unpiling down there. Did he get in?
Now, I don't see a signal as of yet, so I think it's going to be 3rd and goal inside the 1.
So we'll give Sanders no gain, no loss on the play, and 3rd and goal for Dickinson State. So play number 13. Will it be lucky 13 for the Blue Hawks? I don't know if you can get much closer to the end zone than where that football's at. but they'll pile up again and try it again. Sanders gets up there. Valley City gets up there. There's the push, and this time he's in easily to the end zone. I can't believe that they can't wait that long to give the signal, but they do. And Sanders takes it in. And a lot of, Jim mentioned, we look down there, a lot of Sanders jerseys down there. Like mom and dad look like brothers and sisters and relatives all the way from California. And they see Marcus score Dickinson State's first touchdown of the year from 1 yard out. And a 13-play drive puts Dickinson State up 6-0, pending the PAT by the veteran coming in to do the kicking, Chase Miller, for Dickinson State.
Just a good old-fashioned hawk drive, 13 plays, took 7 minutes off the clock, and kind of had a good balance between run and pass that time. Put 6 on the board on their initial possession of the season.
PAT kick is up. PAT kick is good. And Dickinson State out to an early 7-0 lead. That score coming at the 8-minute mark of the first quarter. 13 plays. The Hawks go a total of 76 yards in those 13 plays and lead it 7-0. Back in 60 seconds on Consolidated and KDIX with the Hawks kickoff to Valley City.
At Consolidated, we believe that neighbors serving neighbors is what it's all about. Now, when you partner with us, we'll give you up to $150 bill credit for every neighbor or friend you refer to Consolidated. Receive a $50 credit for one service, a $100 credit for two, even $150 for all 3 services. Choose from internet, telephone, or cable TV, plus there's no limit on referrals. Get to know your neighbor and earn $150 in bill credit. Find out more at consolidatednd.com.
There's a kickoff. Valley City will not return it. The fair catch taken inside the 5-yard line is hauled in that time by the Vikings, and they'll take over as a fair catch taken by Torquay, and Dickinson State's defensive unit comes out. Valley City, nice drive though by the Hawks. A good mix of run and pass, Jim.
And not only that, they took 7 minutes off the clock, but like you said, a good mix of throwing the football, running the football. Just that one pass that Sanders threw into a crowd to Gage Gilbert. And other than that, did a nice job of moving the football around in the offense.
Now Valley City, now we get a chance to take a look at their brand new quarterback, and that's Joey Cave. He'll go to work. He'll work out of the pistol formation. Again, long count by Cave. There's the snap. There's the fake. He's going to go out in the flat. He's got a receiver out there. That'll be hauled in for a very short pickup. Did he hang on to it? Yes, he did. Well, that'll be a pickup on the far sideline. Looks like number 18 coming up with the catch. That is Westbrook. He's a veteran at a wide receiver, and that'll be a pickup of 2 on the reception.
Well, Valley City State, like Dickinson State, a lot of new faces. The experience is at that wide receiver position for the Hawks.
And again, Cave will put the running back. We've got the starting running back from last year, and scheduled for this game is injured, so they do have a new running back in there. I think that's Fall back there, but we'll double check that number and make sure. It might be going also. Back to pass again. Cave across the middle. Got a receiver out at the first down marker. That'll be a pickup of 9 on the play as he gets it in the hash mark area on the right side. And that will be hauled in by Valley City State. Coming up with the catch for the Vikings is Torres, and he comes down with the ball, and it's a first down for number 2, out of Sotomayor comes up with the catch for Valley City State for 9 yards.
And a first down for the Vikings, so a couple of quick passes for their new quarterback, Joey Cave, and they've got their first down of the season.
And they're at their own 36-yard line. Cave again. It's a running back behind him out of the shotgun. Trips formation, far side. There's that little handoff, slides to the outside, and there's some running room down the near sideline, and turning the corner at the 50 and getting all the way down to the 45-yard line is Valley City State, and that's a nice run by the Vikings. Nishigaya comes in and makes the run, and Nishigaya with a nice pickup. And that'll go all the way from the 36. So do we have a flag down? Yes, we do, I think.
Nope, he stepped out of bounds.
Okay, they ruled him out of bounds. Okay, so Nishigaya ruled out of bounds from the 36. He goes to the 47, so he'll pick up 11 on the play, but a first down. First down and 10 again for Valley City at the 46 of their own 46, make it 47-yard line for Valley City. Kind of a busted snap there. There's a pass out in the flat. Not much room out there for the receiver. He's going to haul it in for a pickup of about 2 more And that's going to be number 2 again. Sotomayor coming up with the catch. So Sotomayor comes up with the catch for Valley City, a 2-yard reception. And again, Cave now 3 of 3 for 13 yards passing. 2nd and 8 for Valley at the 49, their own 49-yard line. 5:40 remaining, first quarter. Dickinson State 7, Valley City State nothing. Again, Cave giving signals. Cave listed about 6 foot. And the running back and Niagaja back in the backfield also for Valley City. He'll stand and block. Cave's going to look deep. He's got pressure. He breaks out of the pocket. He's got all kinds of room at the 40, 35, 30, and he'll run out of bounds at the 25. He went to the right, came back to the left, and nobody was there, and he will scoot for 26 yards. Will Cave on that run. A good read by Cave. Second first down for Valley City, and that is a pickup of 26.
And Cave that time had most of his wide receiving core to the right, and the left just opened up like the Red Sea, and he took off and probably could have even gotten more before he stepped out of bounds at about the 25-yard line.
So 7-0 on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. Dickinson State in the lead. And the Blue Hawks looking to stop a nice drive. Valley City countering with a nice drive. Their opening drive after the Hawks put together a very impressive drive. Right across the middle, wide open at the 20, down to the 25-yard line before closing in to make the tackle that time, Riley Waters. But that'll be a pickup, I believe, of about 10. And again, we got a little delay here. Let's see what the call is. Valley City coming back slowly. The officials coming up and conferring. The referee in the back, Judge, so let's hang on and wait and see what the call will be. Looks like it will go against Dickinson State.
Face mask.
Face mask, okay, so the pickup of 10 on the pass play will stand. Cave now 4 of 4 for 23, first down, third first down, and then first down again on the face mask, so 4 first down. So it'll be first down and goal for Valley City. The ball slotted at the 8-yard line of Dickinson State. So face mask call, and the Vikings threatening to tie this one up with 4:25 remaining to play. Empty backfield now. Twin formation right, twin formation left. Long count. There's that little fake. Cave's going to tuck it. Cave's going to run to the outside. He's got nowhere to go. Good read over there. A couple of Hawks closed in a hurry, and one of those Hawks closing in was Chase Selly of Dickinson High. Made a nice hit. No gain for Cave.
It looked like Cave was going to get a little bit of room, but the defensive backs from Dickinson State came up, and like I said, Chase Selly was able to come up with the tackle. Dylan Dahlgren came over and helped, and brings up a second down and goal at about the 8.
8th play of the drive for Valley City State. 3:45 remaining to play in the first quarter. Dickinson State 7, Valley City State nothing. Blue Hawks going to work defensively. Vikings offensively. Cave's got some time across the middle, throws it inside. Is it batted away or caught? They say incomplete. Good coverage in there, that little slant in, and the Hawks come up pretty quick on it, and it goes incomplete. First incompletion of the ball game for Cave. He's 4 of 5 for 23 yards. It'll be third and goal for Valley at the DSU 8-yard line.
And a good defensive play. Didn't catch a number on that, but if the receiver comes up with the catch, it was right at the goal line, and maybe get in for the touchdown or bring up a third and goal from about the 1-yard line, but able to knock it loose, brings up a third and goal from the 8. We'll see if the Hawks can hold the Vikings out and force them to try a field goal.
Well, Deutsch is one of the guys they like to go to towards the end zone. He's out on the right side. Now they're going to lob it to the left side. Passes up, and it's batted down. Good coverage by Dickinson State. Oh, a flag comes out of there. Okay.
I believe they're going to get a pass interference call on Mendenwall, the defensive back, as they just threw it up.
Take a look at that. Looked like a pretty good play, but let's see. Did Mendenwall look back? Nope, he never looked back.
Well, he ran into him even before the ball got there, so it'll be a first and goal for Valley City State at the 1-yard line. If Mendenwall just stays put and doesn't go into the receiver, he gets the incompletion as the ball was underthrown.
So at the 1-yard line, Valley City has it.
Actually, they've got it at the 2.
Yep, they brought it back to the 2-yard line, so this will be the 10th play of the drive for Valley City State with 3:25 left to go. 7-0 Dickinson State, but the Vikings looking at changing that. Again, Cave ready to go to work. Well, let's see. Nope, we got a new back in there. Cave not in there. He goes in motion, does Cave. There's that little slap, and there's a handoff straight ahead, and trying to run with that little dive and into the end zone. I do believe he got in. Yes, he did. Nice effort that time by Valley City State as coming up with the carry. That was, I believe, 23 on the carry, and that's Nick Mears, a wide receiver, kind of out of that little special play, and that's a 2-yard touchdown run, and Valley City on the board. PAT attempt up and coming.
One of the defensive linemen, Chase Waters, just ran straight by Mears that time as he had a chance to get him in the backfield, but Mears made a nice cut to the inside and able to sneak in for the touchdown for Valley City State. Now the Vikings with Rondis out there to try and tie it up.
PAT attempt is up and coming. Kick is up, looks good, and it splits the upright. It is good, so we are all even at 7-7 on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Valley City State 7, Dickinson State 7. 3:19 remaining to play here in quarter number 1. We'll be back on Consolidated Live, and KDIX will do it for you in 1 minute.
Howdy, partner. This is Cowboy Clay with my trusty steed, Hercules. There's a new stop on the map, Cowboy Station in Killdeer, North Dakota. Whether you ride steel or saddle, Cowboy Station's got everything you need to fuel your rig, feed your crew, and fill your cup. Remember, y'all, don't forget to come on down to Cowboy Station, where we have everything you need for the trail ahead.
Well, back with you again. Valley City State puts together a 10-play, a 75-yard drive, and Valley City State ties it up at 7-7. That score coming with 3:19 remaining to play on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard here in the first quarter. So both teams testing out both defenses, and it's a 7-7 ball game, and Valley City State will kick it off to the Blue Hawks. Both teams had double-digit drives. Dickinson State 13 plays, Valley City State 10 plays. And the Vikings again tie it up at 7-7 on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard.
And the big play on that drive for Valley City State was the scramble by the quarterback that time to get the football inside the 30-yard line down to about the 26. And then, of course, a couple plays later, the face mask set up the Vikings inside the 10. And then the interference on the end zone and put the ball at the 2.
There's the kickoff. It's going to carry down deep, and coming up with the catch is Wicker down there. He'll bring it to the 20, across the 25 to the 30. He's across the 35 to the 40, the 45, and he's at the 50-yard line all the way to the Valley City 48-yard line. Almost a horse collar there, and no flag comes out. What a return from the 2 to the 50. That's a 50-yard return by Wicker, and that sets up Dickinson State in great field position.
He made a nice hesitation move at the 20 and kind of juked a couple of Vikings away, and then got hit about the 40, bounced off, maybe a face mask through a horse collar right at midfield, but a nice return that time by Wicker, and the Blue Hawks already set up in Vikings territory at the 48-yard line.
Well, we got Dossinger back in there. We'll see a lot of Simonson. Dossinger, wrist kind of banged up a bit. I don't know if we'll see him tonight in the ball game or not. He was hoping, Pete was, that he could maybe play a little bit, but we'll see. Gilbert in motion. They swing it out to Gunlack on the flat, and he's got nowhere to go. They didn't fool anybody on that. Coming up and making the big-time hit that time, James Don, the defensive back, and that'll be a loss. Let's see where they finally spot it. Well, they ruled it incomplete. Okay, I thought he caught it and got hit, but they ruled it incomplete, so 2nd and 10.
Well, a break for Dickinson State, because if they did call that a catch, it would have been a loss of about 3 or 4, but the incompletion brings up a 2nd down and 10 for Dickinson State, but a great play that time by the cornerback, James Don. The junior for Valley City State sniffed that one out and able to get the hit on Gunlack and get the incompletion.
They put the man in motion, and they're going to run. Whoop, we got a little jet sweep that time. They're going to go, but we had all kinds of motion. Wicker, again, was a guy. Legal procedure will be the call. And Dickinson State will go back on the penalty, and that'll put it back at about the 47-yard line of Dickinson State. It'll bring up a 1st and 15. So 1st and 15 for the Blue Hawks. Wicker again was in. They like to run him sometimes out of the backfield in that slot and run that jet sweep. Calderon, Poole will stay in tight. Gilbert goes in the slot. Clark goes wide to the left side, the Valley City State side. Hawks on the right hash mark. Just a gorgeous evening here in Dickinson. No wind. Temperatures in the 70s. Now we're waiting here. Let's hold on and see exactly what's going on. We still have a delay, not quite sure. There we go. Now we're ready to get back into action. 7-7 our score. Dickinson State, Valley City State. Back to pass, looking. Sanders all kinds of time, wide open across the middle. Calderon, did he catch it or not? Let's wait. Nope, they rule incomplete. Boy, he was wide open. I thought he had it and turned upfield, but he dropped it just as he turned to the ground. Otherwise, he had a big gain. Had about a 20-plus yard gain, but it goes incomplete.
Well, another break for Dickinson State, because if they call that complete and a fumble, Valley City State jumped on it. So a break despite the fact that it's an incompletion for Dickinson State, but Calderon wide open, unable to corral it and hold on to it. And Dickinson State brings up a 3rd down and long.
Gunlock back into the ball game. Gunlock and Clark will go wide to the far side of the formation, left side, the Valley City side. Meineke comes wide below us. Gilbert in the slot. Dossinger, your running back, 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 for the Blue Hawks. There's a snap. Here comes some pressure. He steps up. He scrambles away from it. He's looking downfield. He's going to get a block. He turns at the 50. He's at the 45, and he'll run out of bounds well shy of first down yardage. Let's see where they spot it, at the 44-yard line of Valley City State. So that will be a pickup on the play of 9 for Sanders, but short of first down. Let's see what the Hawks elect to do here on 4th down. We'll call it 4th and 6 yards to go for a first down.
Well, this is kind of one of those in-betweens. Do you want to go for it and possibly give Valley City State the football at about the 44-yard line, or do you want to punt it and try and pin them deep, but we've got a timeout instead?
Okay, we've got, I think, a media timeout. We'll have those this year. Our score on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Dickinson State 7, Valley City State 7. We'll be back. 2:40 left to go in the first quarter. We'll be back to the back with you in 1 minute.
What do you get when you buy a vehicle from Dan Porter Motors?
Ooh, I know. Buy any vehicle from Dan Porter Motors and get car washes for life.
That's a long time when you're my age. That's right, folks. Forever. No diaper required. Get free car washes for life with any vehicle when you buy a car at Dan Porter Motors, 58601.
That's a pretty good deal. Dan Porter Motors, baby approved, growing up guaranteed.
Thank you much, Tristan. As they come back, Dickinson State punts it away. Ty Nelson, another Dickinson Eye product, the punter, puts it at the 20-yard line. A fair catch taken by Valley City. So they'll go to work, 1st and 10. They'll spot it just on the 20-yard line. The Vikings again tied up with the Blue Hawks, 7-7, 2:34 remaining to play in quarter number 1. Valley City breaks out. Joey Cave in his first series, 4 of 5, 23 yards passing. But like Jim mentioned, he had 40-plus yards of rushing in that first quarter, and that big run that set up a Valley City State touchdown. Cave again will put his running back to his right out of the shotgun. He's ready to go to work. Cave will drop back 2 steps, throw it out in the flat, and that's going to be a loss on the play. Good read by the Blue Hawks is coming up. Going out of the backfield is going to be dropped for a loss back at about the 17-yard line, so it's a completion, but it goes for a -3 yards on the pass completion, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 13 for Valley City State, with the ball spotted at the 17 of Valley City.
Nathaniel Gillick, the linebacker, sniffed that one out and made the hit right as the receiver came away with the catch.
Johnny McCluskey Jr. in at a linebacking spot now for Dickinson State. Again, they'll go to the pistol this time. Valley City, Cave back to pass. He's looking. He's going to roll. He's going to be hit. Did he get back to the line of scrimmage? Nope, we have our first Players Sports Grill and Bar Stack Attack Tackle of the day. Players Sports Bar and Grill Stack. Stop by Players for great food and drink in a great atmosphere with great people. A Players Sports Bar and Grill Stack coming your way by whom, Jimmy?
Well, can't see. There's just a bundle of blue jerseys. Looked like maybe number 40, Dylan Dahlgren, came up with the initial pressure right up the middle, as the Hawks had great press right up the middle, and brings up a 3rd down and long for the Vikings.
3rd and 16 for Valley City. a team sack, we'll call that, and the Blue Hawks trying to stop the drive right here. They're looking downfield. There's a scramble again. He's trying to run, throws it out. He's got a receiver out there. Did he hang on to it? Yes, he did. It was not a very pretty pass, but it got the job done out to the 35-yard line, and that will be a pickup on the play of 21 yards on that pass completion, and the Vikings have their 5th first down and keep the drive alive.
And Sotomayor, the wide receiver, able to come back, and the quarterback Cave able to see him come free as he came to the right side, or the near sideline, the left side of the formation. Cave looked like he was going to take off as it kind of spread, but he saw Sotomayor come open at about the 35-yard line, and good pass and catch for the Vikings on a little bit of a stretch play for Valley City State.
Okay, there's a handoff again, straight up the middle. Nothing doing good. Reed, let's get a number on that young man. Number 50 coming in for the Blue Hawks. No ands, ifs, and ors about that. And nose tackle all conference last year. It looked like number 50 coming up, Wyatt Anderson.
Well, Dickinson State this year, at least on paper, playing a 4-3, as they've got 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers. Last several years, they've kind of played that 3-4, but they've brought that 4th linebacker up into the defensive line and playing a 4-3. And the quarter comes to an end as Dickinson State and Valley City State all even at 7.
7-7 on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. We're back to the back on Consolidated Channel 18, and Katie Oxton will do it for you in 1 minute. 7-7 our score.
Banking is some of the most important things in your life, and banking at the right bank is very important. We're really proud of our bank because we have great people, and our people are what make our bank go. We always want to treat our customers right and do the best job we can for them, and try to do things to help make our communities better.
Well, back with you. Cave rolling out, looking. He's scrambling. He's going to run out of bounds after a pickup of a couple, as he has run out of bounds at about the, now let's see where the officials, I don't see the linesman over there. Put it out at the
36.
36, so a 1-yard pickup on the play. So it'll make it a 3rd down and 9 for Valley City at the 36. So Dickinson State defense again, the last 3rd down play, it was 3rd and 14, and they picked up a bundle and got the first down to keep the drive going. They're back at their own 36 are the Vikings. 7-7 our score. Again, Cave ready. He'll work out of the shotgun this time. Long count on 3rd and 9. Drops back. He's got some time. He's got some pressure. He's got the big tight end out there, but nowhere to go, and that's a good read coming up defensively that time. Making the hit for Dickinson State. Chase Selly again, the Dickinson Eye product, doing a nice job for the Blue Hawks.
Well, they just threw a quick out to Trent Finney, the tight end that time, trying to get a little bit of a pick as they lined a triangle 3 wide receivers to the right side, have them clear out, have the tight end come underneath, hoping to get some running room, but Selly able to come up and make the tackle right as Finney made the catch, and it's a short gain, brings up a 4th down and a punt situation for the Vikings.
So the Blue Hawks will just have 1 man deep for Dickinson State. Cale Gunlack will be back to return the punt for the Blue Hawks. 7-7 our score. 2nd quarter just underway. Good snap. End over end kick, but we got flags all over. Way back here, I think maybe a delay of game. Usually when you see the flag come from the back judge way back on the punt return, he's watching that play clock. And I'm thinking that's the case. Let's wait what the White Hat says. That's what it is, delay a game, so they'll push it back 5 yards. Dickinson State 7, Valley City State 7. Beautiful night for football at the back. Again, doing the punting for Valley City State University is Jim Miller. So Miller in to do the punting.
That was the first penalty on the Vikings in the ball game.
Low end over end kick this time. Gunlack's going to get out of the way. It bounces at about the 32. inside the 20-yard line, 25-yard line, then rolls back outside the 25-yard line. So the Blue Hawks will go to work at their own 25-yard line with 13-16 remaining to play on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. And Dickinson State 7, Valley City State 7. Again, that offensive unit comes out for the Blue Hawks. Again, up on that line, some new people in there for Dickinson State. The coach looking at the double tight end, Gilbert and Houle. And then Thompson at a tackle. Also Swanson, Trey Swanson out of Beach, North Dakota at a tackle. And then Justin Vila along with Simmons and Lunick, the veteran at quarterback. We've got a timeout, immediate timeout. So Tristan, let's make it a 30-second break here with 13-16 remaining to play on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Dickinson State 7, Valley City State 7. We'll be back to the back on Consolidated and KDIX in 30 seconds.
Big Boy Toys.
Sanders ready to go to work for the Blue Hawks. He gets the snap. There's the fake to the handoff. Gets it out to Clark at the 30. Slips a tackle at the 35 all the way out to the 38-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 13 for Clark. And for Clark, that is his second catch of the ball game. First down for Dickinson State. Their fifth first down.
Just a little swing pass to the veteran Samaj Clark and made a nice spin move at about the 30-yard line and got away and got about another 8 yards, and the Hawks with another first down.
First down and 10. Again, the Hawks have it at their own 38-yard line. 7-7 the score. Again, two receivers, one to the right, one to the left. Sanders out of the gun, drops back. Oh, he's got a wide open Clark. Clark has it at the 48, breaks the tackle at the 50. He's across the 50. He's got some good feet. He had a great year last year, all conference year, and doing it again. That'll be a pickup on the play of about 15 yards. So his third catch of the ball game gives Dickinson State another first down, and a first down in Valley City State territory.
47 catches last year for 838 yards, averaged just about 18 yards per catch last year. That time another nice catch and run, second straight nice catch and run for the senior.
Brings up first and 10 in Valley territory. There's Simonson. He's got a little seam. He's inside the 45. Cuts his way down to about the 41-yard line. Nice pickup on first down for Simonson, a pickup of 6 on the play.
That time they ran that new side of the offensive line, the left side, with the freshman Landon Thompson and Adam Simons at the guard position. And a good gain on first down. Got about 6, brings up a second down and 4.
8 carries now, 34 yards for Simonson in the ball game. Dickinson State looking at a 2nd and 4 at the 41 of Valley City. Again, Sanders has Gilbert at the fullback, Simonson at the running back. He gets the call again. He cuts right into the tackler, somehow bowls over the tackler, but just got back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. Simonson cut left, cut back right into the would-be tackler, and the would-be tackler was right there.
They were trying to run that one right up the middle, and there was nothing doing, and he decided to cut to the right. And when he cut to the right, he ran right into a defensive lineman for Valley City State. Brings up a third down and about 4 for Dickinson State.
So let's see what the Hawks do. They have the ball just shy of the 42-yard line, have to get to the 38, so we'll call it third down and 4. Again, they put Gilbert in motion. There's that little delay snap across the middle. They got Clark again at the 35. He's inside the 35. He's down to the 29-yard line, and that'll be a pickup of 12 more for Clark, who's having himself quite a drive, receiving the football on this drive for the Blue Hawks.
Just a quick little in pattern by Clark. Fake to the outside, came back inside, and there was nobody in the middle of the field. Made the catch, got a nice gain after the catch inside the 30-yard line. Sets the Hawks up, 1st and 10 at the 29 of Valley.
Sanders now 6 of 8, 86 yards passing in this football game's first half. Simonson shifts from left to right off the right hip of Sanders. Again, short drop back. Sanders is hit. The ball pops loose up in the air. Who's on top of it? It's picked up by Dickinson State. Right there to pick it up, number 67 for the Blue Hawks, I believe, got on top of it. Trey Swanson out of Beach, and Trey tried to turn and go upfield, but the Beach Buccaneer couldn't advance it, so it'll be a sack and a loss on the play for Dickinson State. Let's see where they finally put it down. at the 39-yard line. So that'll be a loss on the play. Oh, let's put it at the 34. A loss of 5 on the play for the Blue Hawks.
And Dorian Sandness, the defensive lineman, just a freshman, came up with the big hit and forced the fumble, and now Dickinson State backed up at about the 34-yard line.
2nd down and 15 for the Blue Hawks. Good pressure by the Vikings that time. Gunlock and Calderon go out wide to the left side. Gilbert in the slot, just a twin receiver set, but kind of 3 with Gilbert in there. That's where they're looking. Sanders again across the middle. He's got a man wide open. Nice catch. That's Meineke at the 10-yard line, and he'll be brought down at the 10. Nice cut by Meineke and a good read and throw by Sanders. Put it right on the hands, and he had to be sharp because the defender was right there. That goes from the 34 to the 11, a 23-yard pickup by Meineke.
And that was one of those where there was coverage underneath, coverage over the top, and Sanders able to just drop it in the bucket and able to make the catch was Meineke. He's one of those veteran receivers back from last year. 24 catches in 11 games last year for Meineke.
There's the delay handoff. There's Simonson. He goes down. I think the knee went down right at the line of scrimmage. He got some yardage, but he kept going, and to his credit, just keep going. If the refs don't see that knee just scrape the surface, you could get away with it, but Simonson didn't, so that'll be a no-gain situation for Simonson on his 10th carry of the night. He's rushed for 35 yards.
Actually, they're going to mark it back a bit, maybe a loss of about a yard.
So we'll call it 2nd and 11. The ball spotted right about where it was, about the 12-yard line. That was the original line of scrimmage, so we'll call it 2nd and a short 11 to go for the Blue Hawks.
Dossinger checking in at that running back position.
Dossinger gets the call, powers his way inside the 10, and he's down to the 9-yard line. Pickup of 3 for Ty Dossinger. So Dossinger picks up 3. It'll bring up a 3rd down, and we'll call it about 3rd and 8 for the Hawks, and the ball at the Valley City State 9-yard line.
And Dickinson State's going to bring Gunlack back into the lineup, and Hool, the tight end, is going to check out.
Clark will come out wide with Gunlack near side. Calderon goes wide to the far side. Now Clark, hold on, they're not going. He was going to switch. Now they're not going to. They put Gilbert out wide, so they got a trips formation to the Blue Hawks. Let's see if Dossinger stays in the block. Now he goes left to right. Sanders barks out the signals. He drops back. He's looking. He's going in the end zone. He had a receiver out there, but overthrew him, so the field goal unit will come on for Dickinson State. Calderon got behind the defender, but that time just a bit too high and too far on that little touch pass by quarterback Marcus Sanders, and it goes incomplete.
Well, Chase Miller's going to come in and try the short field goal. Of course, he had a great season last year, especially on PATs. Ended up 5 of 9 from field goals, but he had a 53-yarder for his long, which was just shy of the school record. This time, a little bit shorter at about 26, 27 yards.
So the field goal attempt is up and coming. Spotted down, low snap, but he gets it up, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. So Dickinson State goes back out in front, 10-7 over Valley City State. Another nice drive by the Blue Hawks, an 11-play drive that covers 75 yards, and the Hawks back out in front with 7:13 left to go here in quarter number 2. Dickinson State 7, or Dickinson State 10, Valley City State 7. We're back in 1 minute on KDIX.
Looking for a turnkey business with a proven track record? For over 50 years, our family has helped yours feel right at home with quality furniture, trusted brands, and a service that always came with a smile. Now it's time to pass the torch. Our family-owned furniture business is for sale, including all inventory, delivery trucks, and a loyal customer base. This is your solid opportunity to own a piece of history that is built on decades of care. Call 483-5108 and ask how you can own a piece of family tradition and keep the comfort going.
Okay.
Press.
10-7 our score again, an 11-play drive for Dickinson State. And the ends in a field goal to distance again. What's the distance again on that, Jim? 26 yards they'll go with. Okay, the Blue Hawks cap it off with the field goal. Lead at 10-7, and Valley City State will take over offensively. The Vikings in this football game trail again by 3, trail by 7, got a touchdown. We'll see what they do with this. Valley City State has a total of 50 rushing yards in the first half, 23 passing yards, or a total of 73 total yards in the football game, and they'll go to work at their own 25 as the kickoff by Miller went in the end zone and out of the end zone. Again, ready to go. Cave hands it off near side. Little bit of a hole, not much, from the 25 to about the 28. And diving out to the 28 that time into the ball game for Valley City State is number 26, and that is Quayle, a running back. So Quayle, a freshman, he will pick up 3 on the play for Valley City State. Second down and 7 for Valley at their own 25-yard line. 7 minutes, just under 7 minutes remaining to play before halftime. Quickly played first half. Blue Hawks lead it on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard, 10-7. Again, they drop back to pass. They're looking. They're going to go deep. Back on the coverage. The Dickinson State Blue Hawks are closest to it. Good coverage by the Blue Hawks that time. The intended receiver was Jake Deutsch, but covered up well by the Blue Hawks. I think the closest guy to the football, honestly, was Jamin Medlock, the defensive back, and it goes incomplete.
Yeah, Dickinson State had that one well covered as they had triple coverage on the near sideline, and that time Cave just kind of threw it up, hoping that Deutsch could maybe run underneath it and make a play, but the Hawks had it covered. Brings up an incompletion and a third down for Valley City.
Third down and 7 for the Vikings at their own 28-yard line. They trail Dickinson State 10-7 here with 6.5 minutes left to go. Cave across the middle behind the defender, picked off the hands of the receiver. That's going to be 6 for Dickinson State. Picking it off, Jack Hartman, the senior defensive back, and he'll bring it into the end zone off the hands a little bit behind the receiver that time, and the Blue Hawks haul it in. And do we have a flag down? Or we have it? Riley Waters, is that Riley Waters down there? You don't want him down.
Nope.
Number 4 picks it off right at the 30-yard line, so that'll be a 30-yard interception return for Hartman, and he takes it into the end zone, and DSU takes the lead on the turnover by Valley City State.
The ball went off the hands of Deutsch and just popped up in the air, and Hartman able to run underneath it, and there was nobody in front of him except for green turf, and able to get into the end zone for the touchdown. So the pick 6 for Dickinson State takes the lead from 10-7 to 16-7, but we do have a Blue Hawk down on the field at about the 30-yard line.
Well, I'm trying to look down there, and we're trying to figure out who the injured player is for Dickinson State. Not quite sure what the injury was. He's going to get up. That's good to see. Get up kind of gingerly. It's a leg, lower body injury, ankle injury.
That would be Riley Waters, yep.
Yeah, that's the guy you don't want, God. He is a all-conference and big-time player, and boy, that does not look good. And the Hawks have a little bit of depth on the inside, outside, but boy, I thought it was Riley right away. The PAT attempt will be up and coming as the Blue Hawks jump out in the lead now. 16-7 with the PAT upcoming for Dickinson State. But Hartman picks up the deflected pass and returns it. That tip drill, that's what you work on. And Hartman played it well and got it and took it in from 30 yards out.
Yeah, the ball just popped straight up in the air off the hands of Deutsch. Hartman probably not going to see a easier interception the rest of the season, as there was no Valley City State players in front of him.
PAT attempt, kick is up, and well, what do you got now? It's good. Okay. So the PAT is good, and Dickinson State jumps out to a 17-7 lead on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. 6:23 remaining to play. We'll be back with the Hawks kickoff to Valley City. We'll do it in 30 seconds on Consolidated Channel 18 and KDIX.
At Infinity Real Estate Group, we go to great lengths to find the answers to most any questions our clients may have. We strive to do our best to personalize your buying or selling experience with firsthand knowledge.
Hey Ben, we love the house, but how's the hunting?
Actually, the hunting around here is great. I'd love to show you some spots.
When it's time to choose the team to represent you with all your real estate needs, choose Infinity Real Estate Group. Rooster. Experience the Infinity way.
Infinity Real Estate Group.
So the backup for Riley Waters is a freshman, Ethan Hutchinson. So you go from about an All-American linebacker to a freshman that's never played a down. So we'll keep an eye on that and see who's in there for Dickinson State. And Riley down there, I don't think we're going to see him again. They're looking at that ankle area. There's a line drive kick, and they're just going to watch that one go out of bounds. So it'll come out to the 35-yard line, and that's where Valley City will go to work. The Vikings now down 17-7 on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Dickinson State in the lead. Let's see who comes in for the Blue Hawks. That is Ethan Hutchinson, the freshman for Dickinson State, checking into the contest for the Blue Hawks.
Well, they do have Johnny McCluskey at that other outside linebacker position that backs up Gillick, so they do have a little bit of depth. And McCluskey can go over to the other side and play the other outside linebacking position if they need some depth.
Well, McCluskey's been in there a bit in this first half, not in there right now, so the Vikings will go to work at their own 35, 6:23 left to go in the first half. Dickinson State 17, Valley City State 7. Again, Cave getting ready to go to work. He'll work this time with the running back behind him, pistol formation for Dickinson for Valley City State. Cave looking and looking. There's finally the snap. Not a great snap. He'll roll out to his right. The pass is out on the flat. It's going to be incomplete. In and out of the hands of number 14 for Valley City State, the tight end, foul. And not a real great pass. Hard one to haul in when you're moving towards the sideline and it's a bit behind you, so it goes incomplete.
Well, just a shallow out pattern, so it's kind of hard when you're that close to the quarterback and you turn around and he just put it a little bit behind him and he bobbled it and eventually went to the turf, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
6 of 9 now for Cave, just 25 yards passing, 1 interception in this football game, returned for a touchdown. Hutchinson, that new guy in for Waters, comes out on the outside looking maybe for a little blitz activity here. There's the pressure. They go out. They got him in wide open on the far sideline out to midfield and run out of bounds in Dickinson State territory at about the 48-yard line. So that'll be a pickup of 17 on the play. See, I didn't catch a number on the play that time. I think it was Sotomayor with the catch, but let's double check. Sotomayor. It is Sotomayor with the catch. Up 17 yards and a first down for Valley City State. Their 6th first down of the football game.
And broken coverage that time by Dickinson State as Mendenwall, the cornerback, came to the inside and Mayor went outside and had a wide open spot and made the catch, got a nice run into Blue Hawk territory.
Got movement all over the place. Here come the penalty flags. I think it's a free play. They're going deep downfield. They got a receiver wide open, touchdown. That time wide open was Deutsch, and that'll be a touchdown because offsides will be the call against Dickinson State University. So let's hang on and wait and see. But Deutsch hauls it in, and that will go on the play for a total of 47 yards. So a 47-yard touchdown pass to Deutsch, and it's a 17-13 ball game. Dickinson State pending the PAT attempt by Valley City State.
Yeah, that time the receiver Deutsch just ran right by the defensive back Mendenwald and was wide open, and Cave just did a great job of dropping it right into his hands, right in stride, and an easy touchdown for Valley City State on the toss and catch from Cave to Deutsch.
So a PAT attempt up and coming here for the Vikings. Brondo's in to attempt it. He's 1 of 1 on the PAT. That one is blocked. He'll pick it up. He'll try to get to the outside, and they're going to run it in. So that'll be a 2-point conversion, I do believe. Yes, it is. So it was blocked, but right into the hands of one of the backs, and it's a 2-pointer. Makes it 17-15. Number 23 came up with the block kick, and that is Garth. Well, let's double check. That is number 23 is Nick Mears, and he takes it in, the wide receiver. So the 2-point conversion on the block attempt makes it 17-15. Dickinson State on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Back in 30 seconds with the Vikings kickoff.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here.
Back with you again for Valley City. A quick drive, 1, 2, 3 plays, and they go 65 yards. And a total of 3 plays, and Deutsch hauls it in from 47 yards out. The blocked extra point straight up in the air, right into the hands of number 23, Nick Mears, and he just simply ran it into the end zone, and that makes it 17-15. Here's the kickoff. A short kick. It's going to be fielded by one of the up men for Dickinson State. Bounces around, and just falling on top of it for Dickinson State. Did the ball come out? And let's see who's got it. I think the Blue Hawks got on top of it. They did, out at about the 22-23-yard line. Kind of a funny-looking kick, and it just about fooled the Blue Hawk deep man, but they were able to get on top of it. With 5:32 left to go, it's a 17-15 ball game. Dickinson State in the lead. Sanders will bring his offensive unit out.
Well, the Valley City State offense had a nice answer after the pick six by Dickinson State. Now we'll see what the Dickinson State offense can do.
Blue Hawks again up by 2. 5:32 remaining to play. Long count. Simonson now in the backfield. There's that little delay. He goes up the middle, and he's got about 4, maybe 5 yards if they spot it out at the 27. It looks like where they'll spot it. And Jackson, oh no, that's Dossinger, excuse me. So Dossinger will pick up 5 on the play. We'll bring up a 2nd and 5 for Dickinson State.
Dickinson State ran Gunlack in motion from right to left, faked the sweep, and then the delay handoff to Dossinger, and he was able to bull his way up for about a 5-yard gain on first down.
There's the rollout this time. They're looking downfield, all kinds of traffic, and the pass is overthrown. It'll go incomplete. Back on the coverage for Valley City State was Torkey, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 on the incompletion for the Blue Hawks. So 3rd down and 5. 7 of 11 now for Sanders, 109 yards passing in this football game, and he's looking at a 3rd down and 5. 4:59 remaining to play. CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. Dickinson State 17, Valley City State 15.
Well, a big play upcoming for both the Dickinson State offense, Valley City State defenses. Valley City State kind of gave up the momentum on the pick six, but then took it right back for the touchdown themselves. And they come up with a big blitz.
There's the blitz, and not even a chance for Sanders that time, as Valley City dropped the house, and everybody got to Sanders at about the same time, and he'll be dropped all the way back at about the 19-yard line. So that'll be a loss of 8 yards on the play, on the sack, and Valley City will get the ball back with 4:38 and the clock moving, remaining to play here in the first half. Dickinson State 17 and Valley City State 15 on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard.
Sanders never even had a chance to look upfield, and Dickinson State going to punt the football back to the Vikings.
Nelson gets the punt off, a big rush. Nice punt by Nelson. Fair catch signaled for and taken back at the 39-yard line of Dickinson State. So a nice punt that time. About a 43-yard punt by Nelson, and Valley City will take over at their own 39-yard line with 4:15 remaining to play here in the first half. 17 Dickinson State, 15 Valley City State. The Vikings in this football game have rushed for 53 yards. The Hawks have rushed for 35. The Hawks have passed for 109, Valley City 89. A total of 8 first downs for Dickinson, 7 for Valley City State in this ball game. Very even scoreboard and statistically here in the first half. 17-15 our score. Again, Cave gets ready to go to work. Again, Riley Waters still down on the training table. We will not see him, I suspect, the remainder of the game. Dickinson's all-conference and #1 defensive linebacker out of the ball game with that ankle injury. Here's Cave, and he's going to pick up a couple from the 40 to about the 43. He'll be chased down by a host of Hawks. Looks like number 24 maybe getting there initially for the Blue Hawks, but we'll let Jim decipher that. A pickup of 3 on the play.
Yeah, it was Kyler Halleck, the defensive end, able to come up with the tackle, but a gain of about 3 on that keeper by Cave.
So brings up a 2nd down and 7 for Valley City State. Into the football game, Willie Fowl now will work at the tight end position. Marty Goin, the senior running back at 5'9", checks in at 233 at the running back position. Shotgun formation. Here comes the blitz. There's a throw out in the flat. Oh, the receiver fell down, and then he got up, and then the defender fell down, and they complete the pass. And Sotomayor comes up with the catch. So Sotomayor, comes up with the catch, and that will go to the 44 of Valley City State. That'll be a first down, their 8th first down, and that will be a pickup on the play of 7, and you tack on another 6, a 13-yard pickup on the play for Valley City State.
And like you said, the receiver slipped, and then the defensive back slipped, and Sotomayor was able to get up and make the catch, and Valley City State set at the Dickinson State 44 in a first down.
We're going to have Dickinson State President Scott Molander in at halftime. Visit with him for a brief visit. There's some pressure. There's the rush, and keeping the drive alive. Nice gain. Looked like a sack maybe, and getting away was Cave. Proved to be slippery on that one. He goes from the 44, and where they're going to spot it down at the 39. So we'll give him a pickup, Cave, of 5 yards on the play.
And it looked like Dahlgren was going to grab him for the tackle, but able to make a nice move did Cave, and got into positive territory before Hutchinson came up with the tackle, and will bring up a 2nd down and 5 for the Vikings inside the 40-yard line of Dickinson State.
Westbrook now in. He'll go into the slot. Now he moves up to the line of scrimmage, so the Vikings are setting up with 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. And they put the man in motion. Sotomayor to the near side. Now we got flags down. And let's see what we've got. I think we've got a little illegal formation or legal procedure. Yeah, legal procedure. So that'll move it back to the original line of scrimmage to 44 on the motion penalty. And Dickinson State will look at defensively at a 2nd down and 10 for Valley City State at the 44-yard line. 2:09 remaining to play before halftime. Dickinson State 17, Valley City State. Into the ball game now for the Blue Hawks is Dylan Dahlgren as he checks in at that defensive line position. The young man out of Alaska cave back to pass. They go out in the flat. They got a receiver out there, and that's going to be picked up for first down yardage, a 10-yard pickup out on the sideline, calling it in for Valley City State after the INT. 17.
Lifts all, and I think anybody, you know, if you really want to do something constructive in life, and you got, anytime you educate yourself in anything, from welding to, you know, you name it, to diesel tech, all the way to a master's degree or a PhD, it just helps the whole world. Education lifts all.
I'm going to ask you a question now. It's been a long time since you've been in college and I've been in college. What do you see as different from, you know, back when we went to now when you're taking over as president, from a student to president? Kind of some thoughts on that.
Communication, we're spending a lot of time focused on social media, meeting the students where they're at, you know, from, you know, 12 years old, 14 years old, all the way up to you name it, you know. So we're focused a lot on social media, and that's where we're going to meet the customer. We're going to add some more online classes, you know, because a lot of people, there's several thousand people, you know, in the Southwest area that don't have a bachelor's degree but have credits. Some could be 10 credits short, some could be 30 credits short. So we need to meet them where they're at so that they can finish their degrees.
What's it like, you work with the people, and I know you mentioned great educators, you got great staff, you got great students, but you still have to work a little bit with the North Dakota Board of Higher Education. You got to work with the legislature, and it's all part of the game. A little bit about that angle. How do you like? And I know you haven't had to do a lot of it, but you have to do it sometimes.
Yep, we've had a couple board meetings. It's great. The board is really, really focused on
that always came with a smile. Now it's time to pass the torch. Our family-owned furniture business is for sale, including all inventory, delivery trucks, and a loyal customer base. This is your solid opportunity to own a piece of history that is built on decades of care. Call 483-5108 and ask how you can own a piece of family tradition and keep the comfort going.
At Infinity Real Estate Group, we go to great lengths to find the answers to most any questions our clients may have. We strive to do our best to personalize your buying or selling experience with firsthand knowledge.
Hey Ben, we love the house, but how's the hunting?
Actually, the hunting around here is great. I'd love to show you some spots.
When it's time to choose the team to represent you with all your real estate needs, choose Infinity Real Estate Group.
Rooster.
Experience the Infinity way.
Infinity Real Estate Group.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here.
All right, thank you, Tristan. Back with you, Tristan Sturr, doing our engineering tonight, doing a great job back at the studio. Thank you, Tristan. Dickinson State University 17, Valley City State 15. The Blue Hawks will kick it off to begin the second half. Our temperature still in the 70s, and we have got overcast skies and absolutely no wind. I don't even know those flags on top of the goalposts, those little pylons, maybe wavering a little bit. The American flag at half mast, not even moving here at the back. Entertaining first half here. Dickinson State 17-15. Hawks led 7-0. Valley City tied it up 7-7. Hawks led 10-7. Hawks led 17-7. Valley City came roaring back with a big 49-yard pass play to Jake Deutsch. And the weird two-point conversion on a block kick to make it 17-15. And that's where we're at as we begin the second half of action on a Thursday night at a big jam-packed house here at the back tonight. Full crowd. Big crowd at the tailgates and a big crowd at the game. There's an end-over-end kick, high end-over-end kick, and they're just going to call for the fair catch at about the 7-yard line, and that'll be brought out to the 25. Calling in was Elian Westbrook, the junior wide receiver, and Valley City gets first crack here in the second half. They'll go to work at their own 25-yard line. Boy, the numbers, like Jim said, you can't get any closer. Valley City, 179 total yards, and Dickinson State, 174 total yards in the ballgame. Points, Dickinson State 2 more, 17-15. Still in the ballgame is Ethan Hutchinson, the freshman linebacker, replacing the top linebacker in the conference last year and all-conference performer and one of the leaders for Dickinson State, Riley Waters, who's out with that lower body injury, that leg injury. Now we got a flag. What do we got? Holy cow, we got movement all over the place, I think. The body's jumping around.
65 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Stays first down.
Shell Osborne pointing towards the Valley City team, so they'll put it back at the 20. So it'll be 1st and 15 for Valley City State. First down and 15. Again, the receiving core. Deutsch will go wide to our side, the press box side here. For Valley City State also coming wide. Sotomayor, a senior. He's had a good first half. Back to pass. Caves moving around. He's going to be hit. Breaks the tackle. He's got room. He makes another tackle as the Blue Hawks missed several tackles. Boy, they had a good chance. He'll pick up 15 on the play, and he's done that a couple of times tonight. Turned what is a loss into a big gain, keeping the play alive. He picks up 15. Valley City State has first down, number 12 on the night on that 15-yard pickup. Second down, okay. No, it's first down, isn't it?
Nope, they've marked him just short of the 35.
Well, they got the chains moved for first down.
No, they don't. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, he picked up 15 on the play.
Calm down.
So he got to go. Well, it's a 15-yard pickup for Valley City for Cave, and it'll bring up a second or first down. Now you got me thinking second down. First down and 10. Cave again back to pass. Out in the flat, he's got a receiver out there, breaking a tackle at the 45 to the 48-yard line. Halftime coming up, trying to make the hit and missing the tackle. That looks like that's Hartman who missed the tackle after 2 interceptions. That'll be a pickup of 12 on the play on the reception, and another first down. 13 first downs now for Valley.
Well, Cave, for Valley City State, their leading rusher, he's the only guy that's run the ball more than once. He's got 7 carries for 49 yards. 40 of those 49 have come on a couple of nice scrambles.
First down and 10 for Valley at their own 47-yard line. Trailing by 2, 17-15. The big tight end, Finney, goes in motion left to right. There's that little fake of the handoff. Now he tucks. He's going to run again. Is he going to run? Yep, he turns upfield, and he's going to be hit. Bust out of one tackle. Yeah, bust out of the second one, but he kept the play alive. He got hit pretty good, but Cave kept the play alive. Goes from the 47 to the 49. He'll pick up 2 on the play.
Chase Selly finally came up from his defensive back position as it looked like Cave was going to get knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, but made a nice juke move to get to the outside before Selly was able to corral him for a short gain.
So to bring up second down and 8, 49-yard line of Valley City for the Vikings. They're moving to the north end here at the back. Again, ready to go to work. New receiver in there for Valley City. Trips to the near side. They'll go shotgun formation. Cave again out of the backfield. They get it out to one of the running backs, and he's going to be hit at the 48 of Dickinson State and dropped at the 48 of Dickinson State. That'll be a pickup of 3 on that reception by Valley City State, and it'll bring up a third down situation and about 5 for Valley City State.
Just a little swing pass to the running back, Nishigaya, and he was able to get upfield, but Dickinson State got him before he could get loose, and it'll bring up a third down and 5 just inside Blue Hawk territory.
Got it at the 48 of Dickinson State. Again, the Hawks a little short-handed with Riley Waters, their standout linebacker, out with that leg injury, a lower ankle injury. And again, ready to go to work. They put a man in motion. That's Westbrook. He comes near side, dropping back. Cave looks sideline, passes out there. It's batted down. Or is it fumbled? It's fumbled. Nope, they rule it incomplete. Okay, the Hawks are getting after it. I thought maybe it was a fumble, but nope, they rule it an incompletion. So to bring up a third down and 5, or fourth down and 5 for Valley City.
Ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage in Dickinson State. One of the linebackers just about came up with the interception, but it was knocked away by a Valley City State player, so they'll bring up a fourth down and 5 for the Vikings, and they'll go into punt formation.
Well, Valley City got a little bit going, but the Hawks defense comes up with a nice stop, and the ball will go back to Dickinson State. Gunlock back at about his 10-yard line. Good snap. There's the punt. High end-over-end punt. That's going to bounce inside the 20, roll out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, maybe the 8-yard line. Let's see where they bring the forward motion up to. Be right at the 8-yard line. So, again, Dickinson State will begin a drive deep in their own territory. Their last drive of the first half began at their own 2. This one begins at their own 8 with 11:56, just under 12 minutes remaining to play on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. And the Blue Hawks have a 17-15 lead over Valley City State.
And a nice 40-yard punt by Miller as he was able to get it away from Gunlack to the far sideline, the Valley City State sideline. It got a nice hop at the 15, rolled inside the 10 and out of bounds at the 8.
All right, ready to go back to work. Sanders will do the honors for Dickinson State, a quarterback. He had a solid first half. There's that little handoff up the middle, little hole, and Dossinger on the carry. He gets out to about, let's see, they spotted at the 8. He gets out to about the 13, so we'll give Dossinger a pickup on the play of about 5 yards. It'll bring up a second down and 5 for Dickinson State. Dossinger on the afternoon, or evening, we should say. He's done a good job. He has carried it 4 times now for a total of 19 yards rushing. The Hawks have rushed for 48 yards. Dossinger remains in the ball game. Hawks will put Gilbert at that slot position. He and Houle will go left to right. Houle goes on the line as a tight end. There's that little delay again to Dostinger. He's got some room. He's got first down yardage. Here comes the flags. We haven't had a lot of flags, but that one comes a nice pickup of about 7-8 yards, but I think it'll come back on a holding penalty. So let's wait and see what the call is. Usually where it came from, that's a hold. Let's wait for the referee, the white hat. Yep, that's what it is. So Dostinger's first down rush of 7 yards will be negated, and the ball was at the 13-yard line, so that could put it back about half the distance to the goal. Let's see where they'll put it. Back at about the 7-yard line, so it'll bring up a second down for Dickinson State. They have to get out to about the 18, so let's call it 2nd and 11 now after the holding penalty against Dickinson State.
Well, when you see a lot of new names and faces in that offensive front, and I believe that's their first offensive penalty in the offensive line.
Okay, Sanders ready to go to work at cornerback. Marcus, the junior, 6'5", 220. Again goes to Dossinger. He breaks inside, cuts to the outside. He's got a little seam across the 10, and he'll dive out to about the 13-yard line. So that'll be a pickup of 6 for Dossinger on his 5th carry for the Dickinson Trinity Titan product. And it'll bring up 3rd down for Dickinson State. They have to get out to the 23. They are at about the 13, or link at the 18, so call it 3rd and 5 for Dickinson State. Now we got a Valley City State player down on the field, so we'll take a little injury timeout. And I'm not so sure we're going to take a break here, but let's wait and see. Let's take a quick 30-second break on Consolidated and KTIX. We'll come back, and we might take a timeout here. So let's take a break. 10 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. In the 3rd quarter, Dickinson State on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard, 17, Valley City State 15. We'll be back with a good one brewing here at the back. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Five for Dickinson State. The Hawks have the football at their own 14. Valley City was stopped and punted. Now Dickinson State had a first down by Dossinger, erased on a holding penalty, put them in a hole. Now they're still looking at 3rd down and 5 to go for a first down. Sanders again barks out signals. He's got trips to the far side. Dossinger stays in the backfield. As a lone running back, he'll stand the block. They're looking downfield, going for Clark. Clark is out there, and it's going to be a pass interference call against Valley City. That was pretty clear. Good job that time by Clark trying to get to the ball, and the defender just held him up and didn't let him get to it. So the pass interference comes out, and Dickinson State will have the first down. That will be first down for Dickinson State on the afternoon, number 11, or on the evening, number 11.
Great pass that time by Sanders as he put it in a spot where only Clark could get to it, and Clark went up, tried to make the catch, but the pass interference on the cornerback Khalil Tony as he was able to get the arm in. But before the arm went in, the ball wasn't there yet, and the pass interference gives the Hawks the first down.
Out to the 28-yard line it goes. Dickinson State again with the ball. There's Collier. Let's check that into the ball game is Wicker, and he's going to pick up some yardage. Line of scrimmage at 28. He's out to near the 32, maybe 33-yard line. Let's see where they put it down at. Wicker again picks up some positive yardage on first down. Put it 33, so that's a 5-yard pickup for Dickinson State.
They just ran Wicker in motion from left to right and just ran that jet sweep, able to get to the sideline. Got a nice gain on first down, brings up a 2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5, 33-yard line up Dickinson State, 17-15. Dickinson State in the lead. Long count, handoff straight up the middle into the ball game. That's our guy we weren't sure we were going to see tonight, but Caleb Rist getting a little bit of playing time. So Rist will go up the middle. He'll be just shy of me. Awful close to first down yardage. Let's see where they spot it. Yeah, it is enough. He picks up 5 on the play. So Dickinson State's 12th first down, and the 6th play of the drive upcoming on a 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of Dickinson State.
Well, Dickinson State doesn't have a lot of experience in that running back position, but they do have some depth as they've gone 3 deep now with Rist joining Simonson and Dossinger in the backfield.
Well, Simonson played a lot last year before his injury. Stepping up, Sanders is going to run. He's got a seam. He's across the 35, the 40, the 45, and slides down. I think they're going to call it at the 45-yard line where the slide began. So that'll be a pickup on the play of 7, and it'll bring up second down and 2. Nice first down play by Sanders. It showed some good quickness there.
Well, Sanders that time saw the opening and decided to take it. A couple of other times he's had opportunities to run, but has thrown the football. But that time he decided to tuck it and get a nice game, bring up a second down and short for the Hawks.
Again, going wide, Meineke into the ball game. He's out wide with Clark. Gilbert in that slot. There's that little die play to Rist. Rist goes straight ahead, and he's got first down yardage at midfield, so he'll pick up 5 more on the play. And I think this trio, if they can stay healthy, of Rist, Dossinger, and Simonson, will be a pretty good 3-headed running back core for Dickinson State.
Well, Rist didn't get to see playing time in 8 games, but didn't get a lot of carries towards the end of the season. He got a little bit more action, but Dickinson State, it's just kind of next man up at that running back position, and they've gone 3 deep this evening.
Getting ready. Rist will stay in the ball game for the Blue Hawks. Caleb staying in the block across the middle. They're going deep. Oh, they're holding on. Oh, man. Well, that's a good play. And that saved the touchdown. Houle was well by the defensive back that time for Valley City State. Number 39, Hunter Phelps. That's the way I played defensive back in Bot. I said I'd grab the guy when he got by me, and that's just what that defensive back did.
Yeah, Houle had great positioning that time, but the safety was able to get the hand on the hip, Phelps, and hold him up just enough where he was unable to come up with the catch. Not a bad penalty if you're Valley City State, despite the fact that it's a 15-yarder or a 10-yarder in Dickinson State will get the first down on the holding penalty, but it could have been worse if Houle comes up with the catch. He's maybe in the end zone.
Rist stays in the backfield. Shotgun formation for Dickinson State. Again, solos wide right and left. Rist again goes to left, cuts back. He's got a hole. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. He's inside the 25 down to the 21. And Rist will go for a pickup of 15 on the play and another first down for Dickinson State.
That time it looked like the play was set up to the middle, and Rist saw no opening, just made a nice cut, get to the outside, and got first down yardage inside the 25-yard line.
15 first downs for Dickinson State, 1st and 10 at the Valley City State 23-yard line. The Blue Hawks lead 17-15, about halfway through this third quarter. Again, Gilbert goes slot, left side. Houle stays tight, right side. Rist in the backfield, right off the hip of quarterback Marcus Sanders. Sanders back to pass. He's got some time. He's looking deep, going deep in the end zone. He's got a receiver. Did he hang on to it? Let's wait and see. Touchdown, Dickinson State. I think it's Samaj Clark. It is. What a throw by Sanders, and equally good catch that time by Clark. What a job by those two. Timed out perfectly, and Clark went up and got it over the D-back. Jim, pretty play.
That time a good coverage by Khalil Toney, but Clark able to make a nice cut to the outside, then went up, and Sanders put it right on the button, and Clark able to make the catch in the left side of the end zone and keep a foot in bounds. And the Blue Hawks back out on the scoreboard up 23-15 with a PAT upcoming.
So the Hawks will try to make it a 9-point lead. Low snap, placement down, kick is up. Did it go through the uprights? No good. It's not good, but let's hold on and see what the penalty is. That didn't look good from the get-go on the snap. But let's wait and see exactly what the call is. Watch down there. I want to look at that catch again. Here's our consolidated instant replay, and again, a good throw. And let's take a look and going up. Yeah, Clark. Oh, what a pass. That was perfectly thrown by Sanders. Holding against Valley City State.
Personal foul.
Personal foul. Okay, against Valley City State. Sometimes I wonder if that isn't like jumping over the top in the middle there. Sometimes that's what they call, but I didn't catch it. So 9 of 17 now for Sanders, 155 yards. And again, the 1 touchdown pass and no interceptions for Dickinson State. Now they'll try the PAT attempt again, and Gunlack will do it. 10 plays for Dickinson State, and again, put together a nice drive offensively. It's great when you have a receiver like Clark and a guy that can throw like Sanders has tonight. Placement down. This time the kick is up, and this time the kick is good. So Dickinson State stretches their lead to 9 over Valley City State. The Blue Hawks 24 and Valley City State 15 on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Again, Dickinson State began this drive at their own 8, 92 yards and 10 plays for the Blue Hawks. Clark calls in the Sanders pass on the Blue Hawks by 9 by a score of 24-15. We're back in 30 seconds on Consolidated Channel 18 and KDIX.
Independent, straightforward, caring. It's what we are because we are you. Member-owned, member-focused. Western Cooperative Credit Union. Head west for a financial relationship that works for you. Dependable, trustworthy, fair. It's what we are because we are you. Member-owned, member-focused. Western Cooperative Credit Union. Head west for home and auto loans that work for you.
On that drive for the Hawks, and again Clark calling in a touchdown catch for the Blue Hawks, and Hawks stretch that lead now just about the double digits, back to a 9-point lead, 24-15. Here's the end-over-end kick. That gets up in the lights, and it's going to come down, and another fair catch taken for Valley City. Just doesn't run the kickoffs back. They just take the fair catch and done it every time, and they'll take it over at their own 25-yard line. The Vikings trailing the Blue Hawks by a margin of 9, 24-15, with 6:45 remaining to play on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard.
Now I think we've got our media timeout, Rod.
We do. Okay, so let's take a 1-minute break here, Tristan, on KTIX and Consolidated. A media timeout, 6:45 left to go. First half, or third quarter, the Blue Hawks lead at 24-15. We're back in 60.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean-burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most, with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
Rooted in the heart of our vibrant communities stands Bravera Bank, offering complete financial services for banking, wealth management, and insurance. From home loans and checking accounts,
Let me tell you about the cashback rewards with this account.
to wealth management, we'll help you forge your path ahead.
Let's create a plan to reach your financial goals. Sounds great.
With specialty insurance coverage, our advisors ensure your operation can carry on.
Looks like it's going to be a great harvest.
Fair caught, and the Valley City goes to work at their own 25. Joey Caves had a nice night at quarterback, running and throwing. The newcomer, he rolls out. They go out in the flat. He's got a receiver out there, and that's going to be a short gain out across the 25. Oh, they rule it incomplete. Okay. Thought he came up with it, but they rule it incomplete. So the pass falls to the ground. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Cave now 13 of 21 passing in the ball game tonight. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and he has thrown for 150 yards.
And Dickinson State on that touchdown drive did something that Valley City State did early in the ballgame, and that was take advantage of some penalties. Valley City State earlier in the ballgame got Dickinson State with a face mask and a pass interference to score a touchdown. This time Dickinson State had a pass interference and a hold, and they were able to get advantage of those penalties.
Caves trying to run again, and we've got another sack. A Players Sports Bar and Grill sack attack. Players Sports Bar and Grill sack. Stop by Players for a great food situation, great drinks, and a great atmosphere with great people out at Players Sports Bar and Grill. A Players Sports Bar and Grill sack for Dickinson State.
And a good job by Braden Racht as he was able to get off the block of one of the offensive linemen, just threw the lineman aside and able to get the quarterback sack and a loss of about a yard.
Dickinson State again will take a look at 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. The running back stays off the hip, and here comes some pressure. They're coming hard. Cave's got some room again. He's trying to scramble. He's going to throw it deep downfield. Good coverage down there by, guess who? Jack Hartman. Boy, Jack Hartman has played a good game at the secondary spot for Dickinson State with the 2 interceptions and good coverage on that one.
And Dickinson State that time had good pressure. Cave unable to find any running room that time. And Dickinson State kind of kept him in the pocket and forced him to throw the football away, and a good 3 and out for the Blue Hawks after getting on the scoreboard to make it a 9-point ball game. The defense came out and made some plays, and now Valley City State will punt the football back to the Blue Hawks.
Dickinson State will get the ball back. Again leading on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard by 9. 5:52 left to go. Good snap, not a big rush. High end over end kick. Gunlock's going to just watch it bounce at the 50-yard line, and it'll be a pretty short punt, about a 26-yard punt that time for Valley City State, and Dickinson State will take over at the 50-yard line. That punt, Jim Miller just going 26 yards, so DSU goes to work at the 50-yard line.
A break for Dickinson State as the ball bounced from the 45 out to the 50, and they gained 5 yards, and the Blue Hawks will get the football just shy of midfield.
Another timeout, it looks like, another media timeout. And with 5:44, and we're in the Frontier Conference, so rules a little bit different. They take media timeouts, and we like it. Get our great sponsors a chance to give them a listen. We'll take a 30-second timeout on Consolidated and KDIX, and we'll be back in a half minute. Again, 24 Dickinson State, 15 Valley City State with 5:44 left to go. Third quarter, we're back in 30 seconds.
At Consolidated, we believe that neighbors serving neighbors is what it's all about. Now, when you partner with us, we'll give you up to $150 bill credit for every neighbor or friend you refer to Consolidated. Receive a $50 credit for one service, a $100 credit for two, even $150 for all 3 services. Choose from internet, telephone, or cable TV. Plus, there's no limit on referrals. Get to know your neighbor and earn $150 in bill credit. Find out more at consolidatednd.com.
That's it. Back with you at the back. Dickinson State again, 24-15. They have the ball at midfield with 5:44 left to go in third quarter. Sanders back to pass. He's got time. He's going for Clark again. Clark's down there. He comes up with it at the 5. Boy, Samaj Clark lighting it up. The all-conference wide receiver, the captain. And what another great throw by Sanders. That goes for 45 yards to Clark.
Just a post pattern that time, and Clark just able to outrun the defensive back, made a good catch as the ball just a little bit overthrown, but Clark able to make the adjustment, come up with the catch, and it'll be a first down for Dickinson State as we've got an injured player on the near sideline for Valley City State. Nope, make it Dickinson State.
Okay, we got a player down. Looks like a lineman. That's a big guy down there for Dickinson State.
I wonder if that isn't
Gilbert, maybe?
I was thinking.
Yeah, he cramped up. They were looking at cramp. He had that problem last year. Boy, Dickinson State, some pretty good guys going down, but I think he cramped up on that play. That's one area where Dickinson State is pretty deep. We'll take a look at it. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the 12, they make it the 11-yard line of Valley City State. So first down, Hawks 17th first down of the football game. They're going to try and stretch that out. That's what he's got the ankles there pulling back on it. So the Hawks trying to get the game going here again, trying to build on that lead a bit here in the third quarter. Backfield, Risk will stay in there. He had a nice series last time. He's rewarded staying in there again. Risk gets the call, just straight ahead. Risk just powers the feet, keeps him going, and he's inside the 10, and he's down to about the 8-yard line. So that'll be a pickup on the play of 3 for Risk. Second down and 7 for Dickinson State at the 8th of Valley City State. Hawks have rushed for 66 yards in this football game. With that completion to Clark, Sanders now 10 of 18, 1 touchdown and 200 yards passing in this ball game. Sanders again will step up to the line of scrimmage, then step back, Risk to his right, shotgun formation. They'll go twins right side. Poole again working at the tight end position, right side. Sanders is going to tuck it, keep it. He goes up the middle. He's got some room. He's inside the 5. They might mark him down at about the 4. Let's wait and see where they put him down at. I don't know if he got to the 4 or not. It looks like they're going to put it back closer to the 6-yard line on the play. So that'll be a pickup on the play. Oh, just a yard. I thought it was a bigger gain than that. Oh, 2-yard pickup that time for Sanders. So we'll call it a 2-yard pickup for Sanders. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 for Dickinson State at the 7-yard line of Valley City State. Big play here, Valley City defense, Dickinson State offense. Hawks would love a touchdown. Valley would love to hold them to a field goal. Let's see what happens. Risk to the left of quarterback Sanders. They put Clark in motion again. And there's that little delay off that and looking in the end zone across the middle. He's got a receiver, touchdown! Dickinson State. And that coming up with the catch for Dickinson State is number 82, and that's a young man, I believe, out of Glendive, Montana, Chase Crockett. Crockett comes up with the touchdown. So Crockett, that's how deep the Hawks are at tight end. Crockett's the 3rd tight end. He played last year. He's a good one, and he catches that touchdown pass of 7 yards in the back of the end zone.
They had two tight ends lined up on the right side of the line of scrimmage. Poole ran a little in pattern right at the goal line, and Halleck went right behind him and able to throw it over the top and make the catch for the touchdown.
So Crockett holds it in. There's the place of bad snap again, but this time they get it down. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. They've had some problems with the snap and the hold, and that makes it 30-15 in favor of Dickinson State University. So the Blue Hawks 4 plays, 50 yards. Crockett hauls it in on a 7-yard touchdown pass, and Dickinson State leads it 30-15. PAT attempt not good. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the Hawks kickoff to the Vikings with 3:47 remaining to play here in quarter number 3. The Hawks up by 15.
Howdy, partner. This is Cowboy Clay with my trusty steed, Hercules. There's a new stop on the map, Cowboy Station in Killdeer, North Dakota. Whether you ride steel or saddle, Cowboy Station's got everything you need to fuel your rig, feed your crew, and fill your cup. Remember, y'all, don't forget to come on down to Cowboy Station, where we have everything you need for the trail ahead.
It's 50 yards. Crockett hauls it in for Dickinson State from 7 yards out, and that makes our score Dickinson State University in the lead by a margin of 15, 30-15. Here's the kick, high end over end kick again. It's going to be taken. This time they're going to turn it from the 5. They bring it out to the 15, to the 20, out across the 20, and out to about the 32-yard line before he's brought down. I'm thinking that was Westbrook back there on the return for Valley City State. And that'll be a return from the 5 out to the 32, so about a 27-yard return. And Valley City will go to work now, down by their biggest deficit margin in the ball game, 15 points, and they'll take over at their own 32-yard line. Hawks have had a couple solid defensive efforts here, Jimmy, in this third quarter.
Of course, Dickinson State got on the board after a good hold of a 3 and out, and then they came back and got the touchdown, and now another 3 and out, and they got the touchdown back up to get it to a 2-score lead.
Cave gets the handoff off, and nothing doing there. Excellent read that time by big number 84, Ben Glasscock, defensive tackle for Dickinson State, and Glasscock comes up with the tackle. That'll be a loss of a yard on the play for Valley City. 2nd and 11 for the Vikings at the 31-yard line.
And a good push right up front for that defensive line for Dickinson State, and Glasscock able to make the tackle for a loss.
Cave again puts his running back to his left for Valley City State. They'll go twins to the Valley City State side, the far side. Here comes a little pressure again. Cave trying to stay away from it. He's going to be hit, and he gets away from it again. He gets away from it again. He throws it downfield. He's got a wide receiver open. Boy, Cave buys a lot of time with his feet and his quickness, and that looked like a sure Players Sports Bar and Grill sack, and he got away from it, and it goes all the way from the 31 down to the 48 of Dickinson State. And if my math is right, that's a 21-yard completion and a first down for the Vikings.
And all of that time that he made for himself, the defensive backs were unable to hold on to the coverage. So a good job by Cave to keep the defensive backs active. And finally, one of the receivers came open on the far sideline, the right side of the formation, and Cave was able to make the nice pass to get the first down into Blue Hawk territory.
1st and 10 at the 48 of DSU. That is first down number 14 for Valley City State. Cave again got some time, got some pressure, and there is another Players Sports Bar and Grill sack attack. Players Sports Bar and Grill sack. Stop by Players for great food, great people, great atmosphere, and a drink or two at Players Sports Bar and Grill. A Players Sports Bar and Grill sack attack. Jim?
Right up the middle again this time for Dickinson State. Wyatt Anderson was the guy on the bottom of the pile. Glasscock came over and helped, and Blue Hawks came up with a big sack. Backs up the Vikings back to their 46-yard line as we're under 2 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Dickinson State 30, Valley City State 15 on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. They'll go pistol this time, twins left, Sobel right. Here come the Hawks again on a little pressure. They're trying to get inside. They go down deep. Oh, wide open. If he can stay in bounds, he can. Boy, they got a big free receiver out there. I'm trying to see who was over on that side for Dickinson State. The receiver was Deutsch, but I'm trying to see the defensive back over there. And he bet on that in and out. And, well, if it stays in the sidelines, it's a big play, but it didn't. It went way out of bounds that time. Looks like back in the coverage. Rusty Mendenwald, the freshman out of Mandan, North Dakota. And again, it'll bring up a third down and 16 situation.
And a break for Dickinson State. One of the rare poor throws by Cave as he just threw it too far outside as Deutsch had a wide open opportunity up the right sideline, but Cave unable to get the pass to stay in bounds.
They put a man in motion, does Valley City State. Again, Cave's got all kinds of time. He goes out on the far sideline. It's going to be a sliding catch over there. Coming up with the catch is, it looks like Deutsch again comes up with the catch. It'll be a pickup on the play from the Valley City 46 to the Valley City, or Dickinson State 43. A pickup of 11, bring up a 4th down and 4 for Valley City, again at the 46 of Dickinson State. They're going to stack it up. Let's see if they go for it here. I'm assuming they are, but Cave looking at the sideline. They might burn a timeout here. Well, there's plenty of time on the play clock, so they come up. Again, 4th down and about 4. They're trying to draw Dickinson State offside, so let's wait and see. I don't think it's going to work. Will they take it? They'll probably take a timeout here.
They may just take the delay of game penalty and then punt the football away.
Okay, well, that's what it goes down, and there's a penalty flag. You called it, Jim, so...
Well, that time, as soon as the play was over, Valley City State got to the line right away. They were trying to get Dickinson State off balance, but the Blue Hawks were very disciplined and didn't jump and got the delay of game penalty.
So Valley City gives the appearance of punting. Now, Valley City's been known to run some very unique fake punt plays. Let's see if they've got one of those up their sleeve at 4th and 9 on the penalty. So to bring up a 4th and 9 back at the 47-yard line of Dickinson State. But like Pete said, you always have to be aware of Coach Dennis McCullough and their special teams. Now, Gunlock is back deep to receive. Miller, his last punt, only went 26 yards. There's the snap. Nope, he's going to punt it. High end over end, much better punt. Gunlock's going to get out of the way. That'll bounce into the end zone. So Dickinson State will get the ball back at their own 20-yard line. And they lead with 19 seconds remaining to play here in quarter number 3. The Blue Hawks 30, Valley City State 15. We'll hold off on our break until we get to the end of the third quarter. So the Hawks will come out.
Well, usually when Valley City State runs something funky in special teams, they just leave their quarterback in there.
Yeah.
And it goes into a short set instead of that deep drop that the punter does. But Miller was in that time and put the punt in the end zone, and Dickinson State will get it 1st and 10 at their own 20, up by 15 as we're just a few seconds left here in the third quarter.
Ready to go to work. Sanders, he'll set the offense. Again, they'll work at their own 20-yard line. 19 seconds. Finally, maybe our final play of the third quarter. It's a handoff, so most likely it will be. Riss just goes straight ahead and dives across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. So give Riss a pickup of 1. That'll bring an end to our third quarter of play. We've gone through 3. Dickinson State on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard 30. Valley City State 15. We'll be back in 1 minute on Consolidated and KDIX with the fourth quarter.
What do you get when you buy a vehicle from Dan Porter Motors?
Ooh, I know. Buy any vehicle from Dan Porter Motors and get car washes for life.
That's a long time when you're my age. That's right, folks. Forever. No diaper required. Get free car washes for life with any vehicle when you buy a car at Dan Porter Motors 58601.
That's a pretty good deal. Dan Porter Motors, baby approved, growing up guaranteed.
Banking is some of the most important things in your life, and banking at the right bank is very important. We're really proud of our bank because we have great people, and our people are what make our bank go. We always want to treat our customers right and do the best job we can for them, and try to do things to help make our communities better.
Go to the fourth, 15 minutes remaining. Dickinson State leads it 30-15 over Valley City State. Sanders ready to go to work. He's had a solid night tonight. 2nd and 9 for the Hawks at their own 21-yard line. They're going to run that little jet sweep, and that goes to Wicker, and he breaks the tackle at the 25 out to about the 28-yard line. And that'll be a pickup from the 21 to the 28, a 7-yard pickup for Wicker on the play. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 2 for Dickinson State. We'll call it 3rd and 2 for the Blue Hawks at the 28, their own 28. Sanders looks to the sideline. Clark comes out wide near side. Gunlock in the ball game. Crockett now has gone to where Gilbert goes all the time. Gilbert, of course, with the cramps, is out of the ball game. Sanders back to pass on the sideline. He's got the big tight end, and he's got enough for first down yardage. A nice little throw again, just pacing offense that time by Dickinson State, and Hool hauls it in for a first down for Dickinson State.
Well, it's always nice to have a 6'5" guy that you can kind of use as a little bit of an outlet, and that time went to the sideline, did Hool, and Sanders just put it right on the hands for the quick pass and catch, and the first down for Dickinson State, and able to run a little bit more time off the clock, leading it by 15.
19th first down for Dickinson State, 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Again ready, Sanders with the handoff, straight ahead. Nice little surge that time by Dickinson State. Wrist again on the carry, and he's been working pretty well in this quarter. He'll pick up yardage out to the 37. That'll be a 5-yard pickup for Wrist on the play.
Yeah, Wrist has got a majority of the running here in the second half. His 6th carry of the night.
Dickinson State 82 yards of rushing between Wrist, Dossinger, and Simonson in this ballgame. I don't know if we've seen Simonson. I don't think we've seen him maybe here in the second half. I'm trying to remember.
No, Dossinger started the second half, and now Wrist.
Well, let's hope he's healthy. Another little seam drive off the tackle and tight end area, and that'll go from the 37 to the 39, so Wrist will go for 2 more yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and about, let's call it 3 for Dickinson State at their own 39-yard line. They lead 30-15 with 12 minutes and 45 seconds remaining to play in this football game.
A good job by the right side of that defensive line for Valley City State as they stood up the offensive line of Dickinson State and didn't give Wrist much room to run.
Hool comes from right to left in that slot, back to pass. Sanders has got some time. Across the middle, nice throw, nice catch. Well, that was a tough catch. Almost could have been holding a pass interference, and somehow they're going to throw it to that guy. He's going to catch it. Clark, another great effort. Not a long game, but enough. He got from the 39 out to the 44, and they just needed 3, and they got 5 on that reception by Clark.
That time by the linebacker Ashton Rakino, as he was all over the wide receiver that time, but not before the pass was complete to Clark and got the first down, and more time coming off the clock for Dickinson State.
44-yard line of Dickinson State. Wrist stays in the backfield for the Blue Hawks. Long count. Back to pass again. They've got some time, and there's a sack. The ball comes out of there. Did Dickinson State fall on top of it? I do believe they did. Getting on top of it, number 77, John Wetmore. And I'm not sure if they maybe ruled him down. Let's wait and see. Was he down, or was it where the fumble was? It'll be a sack for Valley City State. That's all the way back to the 36-yard line.
The beanbag came out, so it was a sack as Lorenzo Lukey was able to come up with the sack, just overpowered the offensive lineman. It didn't even give Sanders a chance to turn upfield and look downfield, and a big defensive play that time by Lukey brings up a 2nd down and long for Dickinson State.
2nd and 18 back at the 36-yard line as we approach 11 minutes remaining in the ball game. Dickinson State 30, Valley City State 15. Low snap. We got penalty flags now. We have motion all over the place that time. And that'll be another 5 yards for Dickinson State. Probably not the exact time. We had a nice drive going, and now all of a sudden a sack of 8 yards and then a 5-yard penalty. And now you're looking at 2nd down and 23 with a 15-point lead and 11 minutes left to go in the football game. And now you're looking at 2nd and 23 at your own 31-yard line. Now let's see what Coach McCarville comes up with upstairs in the booth on a 2nd down and 23. If they do the running thing, they do. That's Simonson, and he's going to be dropped at the 29-yard line. So that'll be a loss of 2 more for Dickinson State. So this drive that began with a Wrist 1-yard gain, a Wicker 7-yard gain, a Hool reception for a first down, a couple of nice runs by Wrist, nice catch by Clark. All of a sudden, the last 2 plays have gone for a minus 10 yards, and the Blue Hawks now looking at a 3rd down and very long, 3rd down and 25 at their own 29-yard line.
And Dorian Sandness was able to make the play and dropped the running back Wrist in the backfield for another loss.
There they go again. This time it's Simonson on the carry, and he gets out across the 35, pushes his way out to about the 37-yard line. So that'll be a pickup of 8 for Jackson Simonson. We're seeing him back in there. That is good to see, and the Blue Hawks will have to punt the football away. They'll punt it back to Valley City State, leading 30-15 with under 10 minutes left to go. We've got a Valley City player down, so we have a stoppage in the action here at the Bijou Activity Center. One of the Vikings down at about the 34-yard line. So with that action stopped on the field, let's take a quick break here. Tristan and Trace at Consolidated. Tristan at KDIX. Both guys doing their job well tonight. We'll come back in 30 seconds. With 10 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in this one, Dickinson State leads Valley City State 30-15. We'll come back in 30. Doing the punting, Ty Nelson. He's had a couple of nice punts tonight. He's standing back at about his own 23-yard line. Clock rolling again. He gets the snap. Big rush. He gets it off. A high end-over-end punt, and Valley City's just going to get out of the way. It takes a bounce back, hits it about the 33, and bounces back to about the 38 of Valley City State. Never know how that ball's going to land. Usually on the turf, you think it's going to hit and roll the opposite way towards the end zone. This one hit at about the 31 and rolled back to about the 39-yard line. So the punt very short that time. Just when we were dragging Ty Nelson up, he hits one that doesn't go very far, and the ball will go back to Valley City State. Down by 15 with 9:53, and the Vikings need some points on the scoreboard right now, down by double digits. They'll take over at their own 39-yard line. Cave again working at quarterback for the Vikings. Dahlgren, Anderson, and Chase Waters up front for Dickinson State. Remember, Riley went out with that injury. Back to pass Cave. He's got time. He's got a man wide open on the far sideline for a 10-yard pickup. Over there in the coverage for Dickinson State, making the hit that time for Dickinson State. That might have been Mendenwald again, but it should be enough for a first down. It is a 10-yard pickup on the first down for Dickinson State. So good coverage that time by the Blue Hawks. Medlock on the tackle for Dickinson State.
Now the ball kind of hung up and allowed Medlock to get over there and make the tackle as soon as the catch was made.
Right at midfield to go, so first down for Valley City State. Wrong count. There's flags now. I think we got illegal procedure against Valley City, so that'll put it back to the 45. It'll bring up a first down and 15. Cave now on the night passing 15 now for 25 tonight for Cave, and he has thrown for 181 yards in this ball game. 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. That'll cost them 5, back to the 45 of Valley City State.
Well, for the first game of the year, there hasn't been a lot of penalties. I mean, there have been penalties, but usually the first game you see a handful here and a handful there, but both teams have played well tonight.
Cave drops straight back out of the shotgun. He's got time across the middle. Passes too high for the intended receiver over there. That's Deutsch at about the 46-yard line of Dickinson State, trying to get back some yardage, and it goes incomplete. It'll bring up a second down and 15 for Valley City at their own 45-yard line.
Well, we're getting to the middle portion of the fourth quarter, and I believe we've only had one offensive holding call. We've had, I believe, 4 or 5 procedure calls, but other than that, the offensives have played well.
Second down and 15 for Valley City. Again, they have it at their own 45-yard line. Shotgun formation. Running back off to the right. Now we got movement again for Valley City, so it'll bring up a second down and 20 from the Valley City 40-yard line. Don't know if it was the cadence by Cave. Well, they left Cave at about 6 foot. I don't think he looks that big. Maybe he is. We're way up here and he's down there. But he's had a good night throwing the football, running the football. He's been solid. He had 2 new quarterbacks, and both have done a nice job. So it'll bring up second and 20 as we go under the 9-minute mark remaining to play in this football game. Back to pass. Hawks lead by 15. There's the scramble. He's going to run again. He's going to pick up some positive yardage out across the 40-yard line, out to about the 45, 46. Give Cave a pickup of 6 on the play. It'll bring up a third down and about 13 or 14 to go for a first down.
Now we've got another Blue Hawk down on the field. I believe that's Braden Rack.
Rack down.
Pointing to his right shoulder.
All right, let's see.
Tim Kreit comes out.
We've had people go down for both teams. He's a big man. That is a nephew of head coach Pete Stanton. Rock is the man coming off, and yeah, he's kind of hanging that right shoulder a little bit. So let's hope he's okay. We've seen Dickinson's top defensive player, Riley Waters, go out back in the first half with that ankle injury, and he has not returned. I'm trying to look occasionally down there. I see Gilbert moving around pretty well down there with the offensive line. We'll see if he comes back in. But it's 3rd and 14. Big play here for the Hawks defense. Bigger play for the Valley City offense. They desperately need a first down with 8:40 remaining to play. 3rd and 14 at their own 46-yard line. Cave again, shotgun formation, long count. Puts the tight end, the big tight end, in motion for Valley City State. He rolls that way. He tucks it. He's going to run with it, and he's got nowhere to go. He'll pick up maybe 2 on the play out to the 49-yard line. So he'll pick up 3 on the play. And now Dennis McCullough has a decision. 8:18 remaining to play. You're down by 2 scores, 15 points, 30-15, and he's going to send the punting unit out. Kind of surprises me a bit. Maybe you gamble and roll the dice here, but you're going to call in your defense. And again, you got to remember, well, Jim called it last time. Valley City always has their quarterback punting, and they don't. So I'm assuming the guy that's punting doesn't look like he would maybe fake, but you never know. Jim Miller at 220 pounds and 5'10". Gunlack back at the 15. Important situation here. Now what do we got? They blow the whistle. Not quite sure.
I don't see any flags.
I don't see
the umpire.
Well,
now we got a late flag coming in by the referee.
Not quite sure what it is. Delay a game.
Delay a game.
Okay, the delay a game. So
well, now they're definitely going to punt it because instead of it being 4th and a yard, it'll be 4th and 6.
And the Vikings will punt it back and keep possession for Dickinson State's defense. Blue Hawks lead 30-15. There's the punt. High end over end punt. They're just getting out of the way. That'll go out of bounds. We'll see how far down it goes. So Dickinson State's defense.
Well, they're going to have it in good field position as it's already past the 40 to the 45.
Well, the one thing about some of the injuries for Dickinson State, next week is a bye week, and then you don't go again till the 13th, and you head to MSU Northern. So
well, look where they're going to get it. They're going to get it at midfield.
Holy cow. Okay, well, the Blue Hawks will take over at the 50-yard line.
They got the camera on the sideline. There's Riley Waters. He's out of his pads. He's on crutches.
Oh, boy, that is definitely not good. Wow, you lose a kid like that, and if that's a situation, he could be done for the year. We'll wait and see.
Well, crutches doesn't mean anything. It just means he's not putting any pressure on that leg.
Dr. Dahl's got the right answer. That's a good answer. Thanks, Jim. Sanders will go to work. Handoff straight ahead. There's Simonson. He's got some room. He's inside Valley City State territory. Jackson with the carry. Will power his way down to the 44-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 6 on the play.
Well, we'll see if Dickinson State's going to lean on that run game and try and grind out this last 7+ minutes, or if Russ McCarville, the offensive coordinator for Dickinson State's going to put the ball in the hand of the new quarterback, Marcus Sanders.
Well, the Hawks have rushed for 90 yards between Riss, Simonson, and Dossinger. They've, it's going to be 3 backs all year long, so we got to get used to that. And they've done a nice job running the ball tonight in the ball game. There's a handoff straight ahead. Boy, that has to be a horse collar. Grabbed him by the shoulder pads and then by the jersey, and the flag came down. It's a pickup of a yard for Simonson on the play. Let's wait and see.
Officials talking it over, whether he got him inside the shoulder pads or just by the jersey.
Well, look, here's our official, our referee's signal. Nope, no penalty. Okay, just a pickup of a yard on the play.
And it was one of those where did he get his hand inside the shoulder pads or did he just grab the jersey? And the officials talked it over and decided he just pulled him by the jersey.
3rd down and 3 for Dickinson State at the Valley City 44-yard line. Jackson Simonson, the junior running back, remains in the ball game for Dickinson State. Meineke comes out wide for Dickinson State. Great to see Gilbert back in there. Gilbert comes wide. Clark comes wide. Let's see if the Hawks go to the air. Marcus Sanders ready. He's going to drop back 2 steps, and there's the pressure. He steps away from it. Can he get away from it? Just go down. He's just going to eat, and that's going to be a sack. on Dickinson State, so the Hawks will have to punt the football back. So the Valley City State defense, they come up with a big stop. That's a loss from the 44 back to the Dickinson State 48, a loss of 8 on the play for Dickinson State, and the Hawks will have to punt the ball back for Valley City State with 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining to play in this football game.
A couple of youngsters in that defensive line, Emmett Maher, just a freshman, and Lorenzo Luque, a sophomore, were able to combine for that sack, so a big stop for the Vikings as they're still down by 15 with 6 minutes remaining.
Big rush and just getting the punt off. It's carrying inside the 20. It'll bounce inside the 15, and let's see where they bring it up to. At about the 14-yard line, so a nice punt by Nelson that time. 36, and you tack on another 2, about a 38, 39-yard punt, but put it inside the 20. And that's where Valley City will go to work, 1st and 10. Has 6 minutes remaining to play in this ball game. Dickinson State 30, Valley City State 15 as the Vikings take over at their own 14-yard line.
5th punt of the evening for Nelson, averaging 36 yards a punt.
All right, ready to go to work. Let's take a look. A lot of people defensively. They've done a pretty nice job in the second half against this Valley City offense. Cave again, ready to go to work, so he'll step into the shotgun formation. Cave again looks at that defense, barks out signals, low snap, fields it cleanly. He looks out, he's going to run with it, he's going to tuck it, throws it across the middle. He's got a receiver out there. Westbrook gets to the outside, turns the corner at the 35, and he'll be run out of bounds at about the 50. So again, he came to the right, threw it back to the left, and made a nice catch and run that time on the far sideline for Valley City State. And again, coming up with the catch was Westbrook, and that'll be a pickup from the 14 to the 49, a 35-yard pass reception.
And a good job by Westbrook as once he made the catch, he went to the left sideline, the far sideline, and got some open space.
There's some pressure again. Again, Cave gets away from it. Again, goes out on the flat. That'll be a pickup of about 2 to the 49 of Dickinson State. Coming up with the catch that time for Valley City State is Nishigaya, the running back, and that'll be a 2-yard reception for Valley City. 2nd and 8 for the Vikings with the ball at the 48 of Dickinson State. Under 5 minutes left to go in this football game. Dickinson State 30, Valley City State 15 on the CHI St. Alexius House scoreboard. Long count. They swing it out of the backfield, try to get that little screen set up. That'll be a gain of about 2 more. Good read over there. And going down is one of the Vikings. That'll be a pickup of about 2 more. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 6 for Valley City State.
Nishigaya, the running back, was hit by Nathaniel Gillick as he tried to spin away, and he's still down on the field. But a nice play by Gillick as it looked like Nishigaya was going to get a big gain, but got off the block and got the hit and stopped him for a short gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down for Valley City State.
3rd and 7, and Nishigaya, they didn't think we were going to see him tonight, but he's playing. I know he was kind of banged up and injured and weren't quite sure if they were going to use him tonight. They have played him, but again, it'll be 3rd and 7 as he comes up with that short reception. Cave on the night now has completed a total in this ball game of 18 passes in 28 attempts in the ball game for a total of 220 yards. So both quarterbacks around that 215, 220 yardage. And again, the difference, Cave has thrown 1 touchdown, but 2 INTs, one of those returned for a touchdown. And he's up.
Guy is up. He's off on his own power, but a definite limp on that left leg.
Yeah, he was in a lot of pain initially, so that'll bring up a 3rd down. Another big 3rd down situation. Well, you get in the final 5 minutes. You're down by 2 touchdowns. It's always a big play on the offense and a big play on the defense. Hawks lead it 30-15 on the CHI St. Alexius House scoreboard with 4:50 remaining to go. Cave will go to the pistol formation this time. And again, the defense sets for Dickinson State. Cave with a long count this time. Here come the Hawks, a little pressure up the middle. And again, he's got all kinds of room. Turns the corner. He's going to get the 1st down. He's burned the Hawks on that play all night long, has Cave. They just can't keep him in the pocket. And he gets outside and he turns it up to the 32-yard line. A pickup of 16 for Cave, and he keeps the drive alive for Valley City State.
Cave, the leading rusher for Valley City State. That's his 13th carry, about 65 yards in the rushing department, and he's been the weapon on that running game. In fact, he's the only guy that's run the football more than a couple of times for Valley City State.
17th 1st down for the Vikings. Dickinson State 30, Valley City State 15. First and 10 at the 32 of DSU as we go under 4 minutes remaining to play. Cave again, some time across the middle. It's out of the hands and hit good coverage that time. I think it's a Johnny McCluskey there for Dickinson State. Let's double check it and see. Number 48, for Dickinson State. That is, Johnny McCluskey Jr. coming up with the hit and a nice defensive play by JM.
Yeah, Nick Mears out of the backfield looked like he was going to make the catch, but it popped out of his hands, and McCluskey was able to come and get the hit and make sure that it was incomplete.
For Valley City State, the clock stops right at 4 minutes remaining to play. Into the backfield now for Valley City State. Into the ball game comes Quayle, the running back, a sophomore. Again, now the Hawks jump off sides, and were they drawn off or did they jump off? Let's wait and see what the call will be.
I believe it was McCluskey, the linebacker, was coming in on the blitz and jumped off sides before the snap.
Nope. Let's see what they do.
Nope. They called procedure on Valley.
Yeah, they called it. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So it'll be back to the 37. It'll be 2nd and 15. So 2nd and 15 for the Vikings. They reset the clock back to 4 minutes. Cave again will come up over the pistol formation. Quayle, the running back, right behind him, about 2-3 steps. Trips to the far side. Deutsch right below us, the solo. He's on the touchdown catch at 47. Here comes the pressure again, and he's going to be sacked. And there came the Hawks, and we've got another Player Sports Bar and Grill sack attack. Player Sports Bar and Grill sack. Stop by at Players for great food and drink in a great atmosphere with super people. A Players Sports Bar and Grill sack for Dickinson State.
Nathaniel Gillick came off the offensive left side, and Cave had no chance to even set up. Knew it was coming and just went down, and Gillick able to get the quarterback sack.
Well, they got a long ways to go. There they come again. Here's some pressure, and he's going to run with it and get back to the line of scrimmage, reverting the sack. But good coverage that time by Dickinson State University, so it'll bring up 4th down and 4th down and a long ways to go. And the Vikings, of course, will go for it. 4th down there at the 44. They have to get to the 22, so 4th and 22 for Valley City. Now that sack, by the way, was a loss of 7 for the Vikings.
And Chase Waters, the defensive lineman, just a sophomore, able to get off the offensive line and make the tackle right at the line of scrimmage, and Waters able to fall forward, or rather Cave able to fall forward for a short gain.
Riley's little brother did a good job there, and the Hawks and Vikings have a timeout. We'll do the same on Consolidated and KDIX. 3:14 remaining to play on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. Dickinson State 30, Valley City State 15. We're back in 30 seconds on KDIX and Consolidated.
Big Boy Toys.
Up with a couple of big plays, a sack and a very short gain by Cave, contained them 2 times. And that's been big against that young man at quarterback. So Cave again ready to go to work. 3:14 left to go. Vikings desperately need 23 yards. Otherwise this game will be over as the Blue Hawks will get the ball back. Cave's going to drop back. He's going to look. He's going to scramble. He's out of the pocket. He's across the line of scrimmage. He throws it up there, but it's incomplete. But he was across the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. He came about 2 steps across the original line of scrimmage, so they'll decline the penalty. So that'll be a turnover on downs for Valley City, and the Blue Hawks will get the ball back. Let's see what they decide at the Hawks. I don't think they'll take the penalty. Eagle grounding, Valley City.
Yeah, but illegal forward pass.
Okay.
Turn it down, and it's a loss of downs. So
okay.
Dickinson State will get the football back with just over 3 minutes remaining. And another nice defensive stand by Dickinson State as they have shut the Vikings out here in the second half. In fact, I don't think the Vikings have gone very deep into Blue Hawk territory as the defense has played extremely well here in the second half.
Now in the offense, and Samaj Clark and Dickinson State's Marcus Sanders have put on a nice show here. Now there's the carry straight ahead and right up the middle. That time let's get a number. And see is that Simonson? Yep, Simonson. And Simonson will go for no gain on the play, but the Hawks not real concerned right now about gaining yardage. They're just concerned about burning the clock up. Gould back in at that tight end position on the line of scrimmage. Gilbert at the slot. Clark goes wide to the right side. Dickinson State Sanders at quarterback, barking out signals. Long count. Working that clock down to 2.5 minutes. Now they'll step up to the line of scrimmage. Play clock they want it to run down as far as possible, down under 10 seconds remaining. As the Blue Hawks again look to the sideline, they'll take a timeout. Pete Stamp not very happy down there on the sideline. He snapped that timeout out there, and he's going to bring that offensive unit over. I'm not sure if there was some miscommunication. They had to burn a timeout. 2:24 left to go in the ball game. CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. Dickinson State 30, Valley City State 15. Hawks have the ball. 2nd and 10 when we come back in 30 seconds.
Looking for a turnkey business with a proven track record? For over 50 years, our family has helped yours feel right at home with quality furniture, trusted brands, and a service that always came with a smile. Now it's time to pass the torch. Our family-owned furniture business is for sale, including all inventory, delivery trucks, and a loyal customer base. This is your solid opportunity to own a piece of history that is built on decades of care. Call 483-5108 and ask how you can own a piece of family tradition and keep the comfort going.
Back at you from the back. Dickinson State 30, Valley City State 15. 2:24 left to go. Hawks have the football. I think we got a new quarterback in there on the carry straight ahead that time. It's that Simonson again. That looks like maybe Jace Freeze into the ball game for Dickinson State. He is. Trying to get a number on that ball carrier for the Blue Hawks. Freeze into the ball game. Another timeout for Valley City State. Let's say maybe that was number 21, Simonson again on the carry, so he'll pick up 5 on the play. And we've got a timeout. We'll just keep it right here with 2:18 remaining to play. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for Dickinson State. The Blue Hawks again leading on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard by 15 points, 30-15. They led 17-15 at halftime. They have shut out Valley City here in the second half. And again, Dickinson State has put 15 points on the board thanks to the arm of Mr. Marcus Sanders and the receiving ability of Dickinson State's Samaj Clark and a couple of other guys. One of those guys, the tight end who was filling in for Dickinson State when the starting tight end or slot back or full back if you prefer, Gage Gilbert went out with cramps, so that was Chase Crockett who hauled in a touchdown pass in the back of the end zone. Now back into the ball game. Sanders comes back in. He'll go to work. Simonson will be his running back. 3rd and 5. Valley City down to 1 timeout. They'll throw it out in the flat. They've got Gilbert, and he's got first down yardage, and that pretty much should do it. A 6-yard reception to Gilbert, and the Hawks, the clock will continue to run down to the 2-minute, what do you call it, 2-minute warning, 2-minute timeout, whatever it is. We'll take a 1-minute break on KDIX. 2 minutes left to go. The Hawks on the verge of winning their home opener and season opener. They lead at 30-15 on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. We're back in 1 minute.
At Infinity Real Estate Group, we go to great lengths to find the answers to most any questions our clients may have. We strive to do our best to personalize your buying or selling experience with firsthand knowledge.
Hey Ben, we love the house, but how's the hunting?
Actually, the hunting around here is great. I'd love to show you some spots.
When it's time to choose the team to represent you with all your real estate needs, choose Infinity Real Estate Group.
Rooster.
Experience the Infinity way.
Infinity Real Estate Group.
Thank you much, Tristan. We come back. The new back in there for Dickinson State. He plows straight ahead, number 9, Isaiah Brown, the freshman out of Great Falls, Montana, I believe, and he'll pick up. And Pete said he will play some this year also. So Brown goes from the 40-yard line to the 38-yard line. A pickup of 2 unofficially. The Hawks now about 111 yards of rushing in this football game. 221 passing. Gunmack, Calderon, they stay in as wide receivers for Dickinson State.
That's Crockett in there at the tight end position. He's kind of lined up more in that fullback spot.
Yeah, they like to do that a lot. They do that with Gilbert. They do it with Crockett. Also into the ball game, it looks like number 88, Xander Beeson, a tight end. So Hawks getting some new players in there. There's a handoff. Jace Freeze gets it into the hands that time, and carrying the football is number. Let's see.
That's Brown again.
That was Brown again. Okay, so Brown will go for about a yard on the play. So we'll call it, well, actually, let's call it no gain on the play. And the clock down to 57 seconds, and Valley City State 1 timeout remaining. They're not using it right now. So 3rd and 7 for the Hawks at the 37-yard line of Valley City.
Well, Dickinson State can basically run the clock out because they run the play clock down. It'll be under a half minute remaining. So they'll take one snap, take a knee, and get out of here with their 10th straight victory over Valley City State.
There's the knee, and I don't think the Vikings are going to take a timeout. Let's wait and see. Down to 28. They don't have to, and that's going to be the ball game. So Dickinson State University, a great home opener in front of a great crowd on a Thursday night at the back. Always a fun night. And the Hawks don't get to play many night football games, and this one's successful for Pete Stanton, who's been about 500, I think, in season openers for Dickinson State. He's won a few and lost a few.
He's now 7-5.
7-5, okay. So 7-5 is a record. 96 wins for Pete, by the way. I think against what, 25? I wrote it down here.
96-25, I believe.
So the Vikings again fall to Dickinson State, 30-15. I'm kind of disappointed. Dennis McCullough heading towards the south end zone to talk to his troops here as Dickinson State wins it 30-15. We'll come back with our post-game show for you. Katie, I actually got to remember how long this break is. I didn't bring my...
I believe it's 2.5.
Okay, well, whatever it is, Tristan and Chase, let's call it 2.5, and we'll come back with our post-game show for you on KDIX Dickinson and Consolidated.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Independent, straightforward, caring. It's what we are because we are you. Member-owned, member-focused. Western Cooperative Credit Union. Head west for a financial relationship that works for you. Dependable, trustworthy, fair. It's what we are because we are you. Member-owned, member-focused. Western Cooperative Credit Union. Head west for home and auto loans that work for you.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most. With locations throughout Southwest North Dakota, West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
Rooted in the heart of our vibrant communities stands Bravera Bank, offering complete financial services for banking, wealth management, and insurance. From home loans and checking accounts,
Let me tell you about the cashback rewards with this account.
to wealth management, we'll help you forge your path ahead.
Let's create a plan to reach your financial goals. Sounds great.
With specialty insurance coverage, our advisors ensure your operation can carry on.
Looks like it's going to be a great harvest.
And tomorrow morning at KDIX Dickinson. Let's take a look at our scoring cap for you. Dickinson State again led 17-15 at halftime and outscored Valley City State 13-0 in the second half. It began the scoring with Marcus Sander rushing, the newcomer for Dickinson State at quarterback, a 1-yard touchdown keeper, and Chase Miller hit the PAT. 7-0 Dickinson State led the ball game, and that score coming with 8 minutes left. Then Valley City State came back. Nick Mears out of a wildcat took the snap and went in from 2 yards out, and Brondos hit the PAT attempt, making it 7-7. Then Chase Miller hit a field goal of 27 yards to make it 10-7. Then a big interception by Jack Hartman on a tip ball, and he took it in from 31 yards out for Dickinson State, and the PAT attempt was good. And with 7:13 left to go in the first half, Dickinson State led 17-7. Then Valley came right back, scored with 5:35 left to go, caved to Deutsch for 47 yards, and the touchdown. In Dickinson State blocked the kick, but the kick went straight up into the air to one of the blocking up men on the Valley City side in the backfield on the PAT attempt, and that back man was Nick Mears, who fielded it at about the 3 and then ran it to the corner of the end zone. Instead of a blocked missed point after, it turned out to be a successful 2-point conversion. That made it 17-15. And then, of course, Dickinson State came back and got a big interception on a Valley City drive late in the first half at the 2-yard line by Hartman, his second interception of the ball game right before halftime, and it was a 17-15 lead for the Hawks. Then Dickinson State's offense controlled the second half. Marcus Sanders had a great second half. He completed a 24-yard touchdown pass, a great throw and a great catch to Samaj Clark for 24 yards, and the PAT attempt by Dickinson State was good.